Why?
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Pac-Man Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. This show starts now.
The tag
is the thing that we're going to be chatting about a lot today because the franchise tag deadline is in 3 hours and 57 minutes. Lamar Jackson, will he be getting the exclusive or non-exclusive franchise tag? Obviously, there's massive implications on either of those. Will Lamar Jackson be a Raven or will he not be a Raven next season? Literally being decided today by the Baltimore Ravens before 4 p.m. Then is Daniel Jones getting the franchise tag? Allegedly, they've been negotiating their asses off over there. Ooh. Things have gotten tense, so tense that Daniel Jones has fired one agency and said, bring me in a fucking another one. If he doesn't get franchise tagged and they work a deal out with him, will Saquon Barkley get tagged for in the same exact building because he's also up and he's incredible, and the running back tag is much better than having to pay a massive contract for a running back if that's how you're going to view paying a running back. There's a lot of conversation chatted about Aaron Rodgers today. Obviously, the Packers have given him permission to potentially chat or maybe seek a trade with the New York Jets.
Whoa!
Holy shit! There's so much going on. We are very lucky to be covering it. We'll also have Zach Kuntz on today. He's the tight end from Old Dominion. He ran the 4.4 or whatever at 6'7".
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he's 6'7" out of Old Dominion. He's a tight end. And this is
Christ.
him. I'm sorry, not 4.61 first run. Then 4.55 at 6'7". I think the official times they even made him faster. Remember, those ones on the TV weren't necessarily always accurate. No. We saw that with Nolan Smith at Georgia, who was 6'4", 220, ran a 4.39. Mm-hmm. It was at a 4.44. His teammates went bananas for the 4.44. It was actually faster than that. It was even faster. The screen didn't give him service. So there's a lot to chat about today. We're lucky to be doing it. Can't wait to talk to Zach. Is he going to be a guy or not? Feels like he has all the buildings to be a dude. Speaking of dudes, Talks Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. Cowboy hat looks very good, Ty.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Still rolling, still the same guy I've always been.
No, that is not true. You're the same guy you've always been since getting COVID, going into your COVID cave, not only becoming an incredible gambler, which is why we started Hammer Down, but also watching Yellowstone and becoming a cowboy.
Yep.
That's right.
You were not a cowboy before then. You watch Yellowstone, all of a sudden, boom, take me to the fucking ranch.
Tony, hell yeah.
I did some light ranching before that. Now,
Respect.
after that, I did some ranching.
Yeah, you're full in, you're all in. I appreciate that. We can't wait to talk about some things that you could probably futures bets on with the draft.
Oh, yeah.
And also maybe these teams that are making plays at this old franchise tag deadline day. 8 days from the day, teams have to get under their salary cap, look for a lot of vets to be cap casualties. Joining us now is a man who's never been a cap casualty.
No.
He is a fucking
Dog!
I've known this dude since I was literally 18 years old. Very lucky and very fortunate to say that. I've gotten an opportunity to watch him work, both back at West Virginia in the summer and also watch him from afar as I was a fan of his. Everything he went through in his life, every piece of adversity that he literally picked up, ate it for lunch, like Mike McCarthy said about Dak Prescott, and just kept going, becoming a better human, becoming a better player, becoming an incredible husband, father, and guardian angel for a family of his best friend. This dude is a stallion who I tackled before. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Pac-Man Jones.
That was an unbelievable introduction, man.
Hey, it was real, though. I have known you a long time.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Country road, take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road.
Hell of a place. That's where we met, Morgantown, West Virginia. What a time. What a place.
Yes.
Then I got a chance to experience Atlanta with you, which I don't know if a lot of people will ever be able to say that. And
we had a good time.
Great time. Great time.
time.
It was good during the Sugar Bowl down there. Everything that I've seen you do, though, you've crushed. I want to let you know that. You've gone through some shit, obviously, and there's literally no better time to have you on the program than right now. People have seen you, obviously, on I Am Athlete, and I'm very thankful that you got in the media game because I think a lot of people have talked about you for a long time. And me getting to know you and know you actually, it's like, hey, I think that's a little bit out of pocket the way you're speaking about. You're a genuine good human, I think, who has potentially put yourself into some bad situations. Right now in the sports world, we're seeing that happen very actively.
All over.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the hell out of you coming on here and hanging out with us today, by the way.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Oh,
No.
So like Joe Mixon, for instance, this morning, this just pops up in our league. Allegedly, there's a gun involved, a shooting involved, a 16-year-old involved, sheriff's departments outside of it, and everything like that. How do you think like we should think about this? How should we talk about it as somebody who's been in situations that have been very serious allegations, very consequences on the other side? And what do you think Joe Mixon's going through, and what do you think Cincinnati is going to have to do because of this business-wise when it comes to the football?
Well, first and foremost, I would say about jumping on. I would say don't pick on people. Don't jump on their failure. Don't criticize their failure unless you want somebody to criticize yours. That's first and foremost.
Got it.
Second-wise, business.
Hey, pretty profound there, by the way.
Yeah. Second, business-wise, this is the second run-in with Joe. We don't know the facts to the case. We just know we heard Joe named 2 times in the last 2 months dealing with guns.
Yeah.
So that's always an issue. Then you got the third thing, the business. He's demanding a lot of money this year. I think it's $14 million.
Yep.
I've already heard Duke Tobin talk earlier on this subject that they was.
He's the president GM?
Yeah, the GM.
Yeah.
Duke Tobin, right?
Yeah.
He's a dog. We heard him the other day
is.
talk when they asked him about T. Higgins, and he
Yep.
said, yeah, T. Higgins is a good football player. You could find
your own.
find
Find
your
your
own,
own.
pretty much is how he talks. He's the GM of that, but he's already come out and spoke, you said?
Yeah, spoke because his number high, and we got a lot of guys we got to pay. But with Joe being in the news, it's making the job a little bit more easy. And I'm not saying that Joe's right or wrong, but I just know how the business goes. So
Yeah. Very real, especially when your contract's potentially up. And also when there's another guy on the roster.
Yeah, exactly. P. Ryan was unbelievable.
And when you got Joe Burrow, when you got Joe Burrow.
Hey, you're a big Joe Burrow fan, huh?
Yeah, I'm a big Joe.
Hey, by the way,
Burrow.
we hope everybody's okay in that situation.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like literally. Also, can't happen.
Right.
That can happen. It's good. There's going to be it's just not good for anybody in this situation. Obviously, health-wise, on one side, very serious, and on the other side, come on, this is the same thing with job, man. Hey, you're in the fucking NBA now, and it takes a long time. I fucked up. I got arrested. I was publicly intoxicated when I was young. It's just this is going to be the thing, I think, that turns them around. I think it's good ultimately in the end, but it's still, you're in the NBA.
I hope so, man.
I had to get that message.
I had to really lose everything and didn't have nobody to call before me to turn it around. And Dahn was the only one that I had, that I can really, lash out to, tell my problems to.
How do you know Dahn?
I met Dahn Pro Bowl. Well, no, I didn't. I met Dahn the first time was in Atlanta at a hotel at a speaking engagement back in 2005.
Quick interaction.
Ever since then, we've been boom, 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 boom. He used to tell me, hey, yo, stop keeping 30, 40 people with you. And I had to learn for myself, they enjoying the experience, but they don't got to worry about everything that come with it. And regardless if job wrong or right, if you put yourself in a situation, they always going to say your name first. You probably wasn't even over there, but certain things you can't allow, man.
Yeah, I agree. Watching you go through that, I knew it was going to be tough, though. Because these are people that you care about. They care about you, right? They've been around you a long time. The way the operating procedure has been for a long time is this is how it goes. And then all of a sudden you have to, I don't want to say almost turn your back, but
you do. But it's hard to happen. It don't happen overnight, first and foremost. But
now you and Ja from very different situations, allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah,
people are talking about Ja. Yeah.
Yeah, Pa, you.
Yeah, I come from a different neighborhood, but but when you got guys around you that you grew up your whole life with, it's kind of hard. But when
because you're an asshole, this guy changed,
You don't
turned his
like
back on a friend.
now when you just meeting somebody when you got a bag, that's different.
Yeah, because they haven't been there a long time.
Right.
You can cut them off. You could say, hey, it's going to go a certain way. But I've experienced this, not just with myself, but with a lot of the friends that I had in the NFL. I had incredible opportunity to go back to people's homes and go to events and things and see people. And it's you look at somebody, you're oh, that's not, I don't know if that's going to be great in the end, that whole situation there. But also put yourself in your shoes. How are you supposed to say, hey, go fuck yourself? That's a tough thing because all anybody tells you to do is don't be a sellout. Don't be a sellout, but you have to evolve to remain successful. It's an interesting dynamic. It really is. You had to go through it in very public light.
Yeah, but them lawyer fees add up. Telling you that now, like.
Oh yeah.
Ja he got some little misdemeanor cases, but that's $1 million worth of lawyer fees, man. Them lawyer fees add up, and then you see when you stop shooting that ball and them phones stop ringing, you know, it changed your outlook on a lot of people and the way you handle your business. Like, wise man told me, hey man, you really ain't doing too much wrong, but you're doing it with your ass out in the street.
Who was that wise man?
Jerry Jones.
Hell yeah.
He's like, yo, you ain't doing that too wrong, but you need to focus on football. You worrying about partying and doing this and that. Like, you're doing it with your ass out in the street instead of worrying about football and then going partying. And at the time, I didn't understand. I was a 23-year-old kid, moving fast, had everything I want. But that really changed my outlook on everything, how I approach my business, how I handle conversations, how I treat people. I always think about that shit. Always think about it.
You always still have it, though. Like, I think that's the most impressive thing about you. You haven't become, like, just this completely new human. Yeah. Still Pac.
Yeah, still Pac.
Evolved.
Yes.
Became a better human, you think?
Yes.
Operated in a much more beneficial fashion.
Grown Pac.
There it is.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a grown man now.
Yep.
You know, when we was a child, we do childish things. And when you're a grown man, you got to put on your boots. You know, I'm taking care of 7 kids, man. I don't got time to be fighting unless I'm getting paid to fight.
A couple times, saying you. Hey, you went against the guy over there a couple different times.
Yeah.
That's tough. You feel you enjoy the fighting?
I
boxing?
enjoy it, man. I enjoy competing.
We saw you in that airport. Hey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Love competing there, too.
I think what year was that?
Oh, no, Pat.
No. Listen, as soon as that video came out, because, like, as somebody who
was 16, wasn't it?
Hey, I don't know. You know. Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah.
It might have been. But as somebody who is, like, everything that you've, like, publicly and then obviously personally, and then getting to watch you play football, everything you go through and, like, something pops up, everybody that is friends with you, I think it does the same thing. It's like, damn, you know, like, damn, here we go. Like, I know there was something, there's obviously going to be 2 sides of this, but the way they're going to paint it, it's going to be this whole thing. The airport video, as soon as that came out, everybody was like, that motherfucker deserved it.
Yep. Oh, sure.
Pac-Man had his chicken literally in his hand when he knocked this guy out. It was an incredible video. I'm very happy that thing hit the internet.
Oh, my God.
So I'm saying you still have it, though. Like, you didn't, like, you're still a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you have approached and attacked, like, media here, same way that you did with football. And it's fucking awesome to watch. Hey, you should be very proud of yourself.
I appreciate that.
And hopefully and, you know, that you can use this. And everybody's coming out. I think Plexico Burress came out said the same thing. There's a lot of people in the public eye that have fucked up whenever they were handed a lot early. And then you got to learn from it and move on. Hopefully Ja will be able to do that. And Joe, like, what the fuck? You know? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's hard when kids involved, too, so.
Yeah, come on. All right, let's move along here. Franchise tag day, boys.
Huge day.
Lamar Jackson's going to get tagged. Is it going to be an exclusive franchise tag, which very rarely happens? I was franchise tagged by the Indianapolis Colts, my first time becoming a free agent. I was actually the last person that had been franchise tagged by the Indianapolis Colts. I learned that via Zach Kuntz tweet today.
Hey, let's go. Huh?
Pretty cool little piece of information. Of course I am. Of course that. But I was put on a non-exclusive tag, which basically everybody gets put on. And that means that any other team could offer up 2 first-round picks to the team. And then if they're able to handle the contract situation with person that got the non-exclusive franchise tag, that person is now a member of that fucking team. So nobody was going to be trading 2 first-round picks to pick up old Pat McAfee, the punter, especially after the year that I had. And it did have a little bit of a gut. So that is basically a lot of wide receivers, running backs, offensive linemen, everything like that. When a quarterback gets put on a franchise tag, which has been traded for 2 first rounds in the past and will certainly be traded for 2 first-round picks in the future, they get put on a non-exclusive tag. They're potentially opening up to lose said player. Will Baltimore do that with Lamar Jackson? That is the conversation piece, and it's starting to sound like they're going to. Is Lamar Jackson going to play with the fucking Baltimore Ravens gone?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it, and maybe your dream of Lamar Jackson being an Indianapolis Colt can, live on a little bit here.
Dude?
Why not?
What,
that might work out, but also when you do look at the Lamar situation, it doesn't help that he's been hurt the past couple of years, and then obviously, the backup quarterback being a Pro Bowler more so because of the fact that nobody wanted to go. But still,
Huntley, yeah, he was like 7 or 8.
yeah, he had like 600 total passing
He balled,
yards.
though. Snoop balled there.
Yeah,
and
that-
so I'm throwing the ball.
That hurts him, right? Or Lamar. It hurts Lamar because of how much success Huntley had and because they kept winning. And is that probably why Baltimore's like, hey, if someone wants to give us 2 first-round picks for a guy that, got hurt but we still went to the playoffs, does that help them?
I don't think they kept winning. It was my thing. I believe they.
This is coming from a guy, remember Kenny Pickett.
That's right.
Fourth quarter.
Well, no,
and that
I
was
just-
when Tomlin said, Kenny motherfucking Pickett on the sideline. That was against the Ravens, if you do recall. That was a massive win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But you're right. They didn't make the playoffs, right?
No, I thought they
did.
played the Bengals in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn near beat
And they
him.
almost won. Hubbard had that 99-yard.
And Huntley played a lot of football.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did.
Played like the second half of the season.
I do remember that.
So, like, that's what the Ravens say. We can probably pay this guy
New
$10
offense
million.
coordinator. Is that changed?
Bro, how can we pay Derek Carr, guarantee him $100 million, and not pay the man?
Who, Lamar?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting 100. Lamar's probably asking for what, 200?
It has to be.
If he gets
150.
4
Bro,
years.
if Derek Carr can get $100 million, Lamar deserved to.
If
What
He did, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Oh,
got
yeah.
100.
Sean's asking for 230, I assume Lamar. But like we talked about it yesterday, you can't use the franchise tag where you give up 2 firsts and you get Lamar because Russell Wilson's 35 and he went for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 3 players.
People give up 3. Like, that'll
Oh, yeah.
become.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a
Horrible.
quarterback needy league right now.
Right.
And I think I still have, and I'd be interested to ask you this, I still have the grand vision of what Lamar Jackson is. I still have hey, this dude is spin move at 18 miles an hour down the field, shaking everybody, scoring, running, wide open. I got the Lamar Jackson who got much better as a passer, right?
Yeah.
Early, it was being questioned. Then he got much better as a passer. I remember that quarterback carnival happened, and everybody's like this. Then he went to work that offseason, came back, was much more accurate and efficient. And how many wide receivers did he actually have over there to throw the ball to? And what was the offense set up for him to throw the ball to? He hit the tight end, it seems like, every fucking time he tried.
Yeah.
That's a throw that happens in a lot of offenses right now. If you look at the Eagles in the fucking Super Bowl. So do you think Lamar Jackson's still that guy? Because I think there's some people publicly that are like, last 2 seasons, hasn't played a lot of games. Last year, I think he was making business decisions, although they said he was hurt, and he should have made a business decision because he didn't get a deal. But do you think Lamar Jackson's still Lamar Jackson?
The question is not, is Lamar Jackson Lamar Jackson? Because Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. When Lamar Jackson playing, they the top in running. When Lamar Jackson playing, they the top in passing.
What?
When he's not playing, they the worst in running. When
What?
he's not playing, they the worst in passing. So is he that dude? Hell yeah, he's that dude. I don't understand how he's had to go through this time after time. This is the first time that he sat on his nuts and said, all right, I don't feel right. I think this was a business move. I don't think the Raiders pay him. I know it's a lot more other teams that need him. I know the Falcons can use a good quarterback.
Could you imagine
The
Lamar
Colts?
Jackson being the Atlanta Falcons?
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely need him. But imagine Lamar Jackson in Atlanta as and them with Artie Smith.
Yep.
The way that offense goes, they just
Drake
I'm-
London.
what if he
and
goes-
they
He
got a
fit
bunch
that
of young
culture,
guys.
too.
What if he goes home?
Yes, I'd say.
What if he goes home to Miami?
Yeah, they could be in it.
They didn't give Tua the 5th year.
Yeah, hold on though. Didn't Ian said they're going to be looking for a backup
Yeah.
to Tua?
Yeah,
But is
that
that
guy,
Lamar Jackson though?
Nah.
You're kicking the tires on Lamar.
Tua getting paid if Tua healthy.
If
If he's healthy.
if he gets it, say he gets a concussion the first 3 weeks, then what happens?
He done.
Do you think it's a concussion? I didn't think it was a concussion.
Back
Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. All right, so it was a back injury, the first one.
That's what I think.
How come? Why do you think
The
that?
reason I think that because I had C3, C4 neck surgery, and
Similar
I
to
played
T1.
through it.
Oh, of course.
I played through it, and I literally went up and just tapped the person. I was paralyzed for like 4 minutes.
Damn.
And it happened twice. The second time, they was like, look, bro, we're not going to take a chance on this no more. You got to have surgery. So
So
that's
you think
why.
he had a C3, C4 type situation?
Yeah, because he didn't really get hit the second time. It's just like he got tapped and he just went limp.
Oh, so you think most of those, like 2 of those concussions, not concussions?
I
you're
didn't
saying.
think 2 of them was concussions.
So you think one of them was the one that wasn't deemed one, which caused the entire conversation, let alone 4 days later, Thursday Night Football, right?
Yeah, when
Yep.
Pecco
That one.
slammed him
That
to
one.
the
That was
ground.
4 days later.
Yeah.
That was literally, Oh,
That was bad.
script writers that time.
Oh yeah, they knew.
That was a pretty.
Up to no good.
But I think if Tua healthy, he get paid though. He's shown that he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
He led the NFL when he was playing, so he can throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
With all the weapons they got over
I
there.
agree. He's not Lamar though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also, like, I agree with Pac. Like, if you look at everything going on with the Ravens and Lamar right now, like, it's kind of just everything is just in bad faith. Like, DaCosta just
Feels
went
like
down.
it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and every time we hear something, it's like they're still
Both sides.
They're still very far away from coming to an agreement. So if he does get this tag and they do the non-exclusive one, which would help him get him under the cap because it's a lot cheaper. Like.
$13 million cheaper between the
Yeah.
exclusive and non-exclusive. 32 and 45, I think.
Right.
I think that is the
So
difference.
like Lamar, he's thinking
That's a lot of
about
money.
he's
That's
a
thinking
lot of
about
money.
that, and is he at this point, like you mentioned, like he's sat on his nuts and kind of just waited. Like, is he all of a sudden just gonna be like, you know what? It's all right. I'll take 170
I love
million
this
guaranteed.
place.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. He's not doing that. He's seen all this shit that's happened, and if they tag him again next year, maybe. But like where we stand right now, I think they kind of know, like, hey, we kind of fumbled this. We kind of fucked this up. We're probably not going to get this guy unless we give him everything that he wants, and it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. Like, why wouldn't you trade him
Pat,
for
you don't
3
think-
first-round picks?
You don't think it was disrespectful to go and pay the linebacker?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
First.
Oh, listen.
That's like
been a
the
lot of that.
Bengals.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like the Bengals going paying Eric McPherson, the kicker.
Evan.
Before
Jesus.
Evan McPherson.
What's your deal?
Before you pay Joe.
Yeah.
No way you do that.
Yeah, you
'Cause
gotta
it just
save
doesn't
money.
look good.
Well, at least they drafted McPherson too. I mean, shit, they traded for Roquan was in the building for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was. I assume that was agreed to during the trade and
Yeah.
everything like
Yeah,
that. But
sure.
still, it's happening while you're trying to find money. It seems like to keep Lamar Jackson around. Remember, there was a lot of leaks coming out from. We offered him this amount of money,
Yeah.
trying to get the PR of Baltimore on the team side. Went the complete opposite way.
Right.
Ravens fans were like, "No, can we fucking pay this guy?"
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Baltimore said because he embodied the entire fucking city pretty much. He is the Baltimore Ravens, and it doesn't seem like they're going to get something done. He's going to be on the move.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
That'll be crazy. And I guess Baltimore has the chance to match too. So there's a chance that if Baltimore does the non-exclusive, they have a chance to match financially to what the person offered. So maybe they're like, all right, let's see what the market is. So whenever we'll let somebody else set the number with Lamar. So it's not us saying, hey, 160 million, 170 million. We'll let somebody else set the bar. And if that's like Tepper
exactly.
down there in
He's getting
Carolina,
230 guaranteed.
Wow.
That game.
232 probably.
Yeah.
Well, and also,
you get
like
a little
it-
bit more.
with Atlanta. Like Atlanta sold out to go get Deshaun. Now we don't know what the final number they were prepared to offer him was, but like if they were going to do that for Deshaun, I have a feeling that they would be okay with doing something very similar for
Fit
Lamar.
the culture.
Yeah.
Off the blanks. Mike Vick.
Oh,
Lamar Jackson.
oh, you're saying, wow,
7-7.
Hey, there we go.
Maybe we on something.
look at this. Oh, you're saying that's going to happen. Sounds like you're saying
Okay.
you're thinking that's going to happen. That's your projection?
That's my projection. If he fit the culture of Atlanta, all the blanks like that 7. He remind you a lot of Vic, a lot more polished in the pass game, I would say. I think he fit Atlanta.
And Blank's got cash, right?
Oh yeah,
He
but
got,
Home Depot.
cash, and he got picks too.
yeah, to what you said though, Tepper has been an owner in the league and he's only sucked. Their team has been terrible every single year. He's been the owner. Who says Tepper doesn't say, you know what?
Frank Reich, though. Is that Frank Reich?
Was it?
Frank Reich is the.
Yeah, Derek Carr to me was, Frank Reich's Jesus Christ in free agency.
Oh, they might be trading, I think. I assume
Yeah.
they're going to go with somebody young, I think.
so.
I
Trade up.
think Carolina
Trade up.
Panthers are going to try to get somebody young.
Yep.
That,
Frank
like,
likes getting old quarterbacks, though.
No, is it Frank that does?
Well, he was part of the equation, so whether it's him or Ballard.
He certainly picked Phil
What do y'all
Rivers.
classify Lamar as? Old, young?
Young.
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 Oh, okay.
He's only like 20.
Dude, Phil Rivers
I'm
came.
just making sure.
Phil Rivers came to the Colts. Remember that? He's allegedly, hold on.
He
Rich
might be-
Eisen yesterday, fresh off a 6-day trip to Indianapolis, Indiana, with, in his words, a meal never being paid for by Rich Eisen. So he was every night he was at events, I think, talking to people or at dinners talking to people. Everybody else is paying because he is Rich Eisen, which, by the way, man, respect. I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, let's make sure we're tipping, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Of course.
let's make sure, let's make sure we're tipping the service industry. He said he heard a rumor that Phil Rivers is potentially thinking about unretiring,
Yeah.
and that Tom Brady is potentially thinking about unretiring due to Miami being open, which was where he was allegedly being tampered with whenever he was with the New England Patriots. That would be bananas if old Tom Brady's all the way back and Phil Rivers is back in the NFL. Pac, seems like you're all on board with this.
Jeezy, don't do it. Come on. Please do not do this, man. Like, they had an unbelievable career. I thought Tom was going to talk on TV. I don't think Tom is coming back.
Comedy.
Come on, man. He can't do it again.
Hey, Rich Eisen, though,
For the third time, Pat, the third time, you're going to do it again.
People have done this in the past. Allegedly, people have done this type of thing before.
Sure.
Yeah.
That are high-end quarterbacks
Uh-huh.
in the NFL's history.
Allegedly.
Multiple
Allegedly.
times.
Allegedly. You could see how those quarterbacks, though, would miss getting the treatment of being an NFL quarterback now, let alone all the stress and the pressure and all the hours that you just have to put in and how long the season is. But I think there's a chance they miss being the whole show. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't understand how Brady would miss it. Now,
Just
Phillip
happened. You're
Rivers,
right. You're right.
He haven't won a ring, so he probably trying to get him a ring. I can understand that, but Brady done did everything. What else can Brady do, bro?
It makes no sense. What he just
What
bought a
else
new
can
yacht.
he do?
Oh, he got a new yacht.
$6 million.
Yep.
Right.
Huge mega yacht. It's sweet.
Is it? I was looking at the price tag of it.
I was gonna say $6 million
million's
does
not
not
gonna get
seem
you.
like a lot for a yacht.
I've Googled
$6
these.
million was not the price of the yacht. He bought a yacht and named it like Viva Vida or something. He named it something for Giselle like
Hell yeah.
a year or two ago. He paid
was the
$6
Super
million to get a newer, bigger, upgraded yacht.
Oh, is the first one the blue one from the Tampa?
Yes.
The boat parade.
Yeah, the boat parade?
Yes.
The one where he was just hucking Lombardi.
Chilling. No, this is my 7th. I don't care.
Do you remember how pissed off everybody got?
The lady
Mrs.
whose dad
Lombardi.
made it. Yeah.
You're
sculptor.
You were ruining my
Vince.
dad.
My fucking dad's legacy.
What the fuck?
It's like this guy's literally got 7 of them. He's pretty comfortable around your dad's
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, synonymous with the trophy.
And it makes it better, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to New York. Daniel Jones. So, allegedly, they have been negotiating their asses off. What's it going to take? What's it going to take? What's going to take? They haven't stopped negotiating. We haven't heard that they gave up on negotiating. We haven't heard a lot of anything other than they've been working. They have 3.5 hours to figure this out. Deadlines bring results. Deadlines bring
Spur action.
boom. Deadlines also potentially let people give up something that they've been holding on to. And kind of, are you really going to throw away boom to get boom? And it's like, well, you're right. And what are you going to get? And then boom, it could happen. Are they going to get a deal done? And if they get a deal done, that means Saquon Barkley is going to get franchise tagged. And then the Giants have Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And then if they don't get a deal done with Daniel Jones, they franchise tag Daniel Jones, and they won't be able to get a deal done with Saquon Barkley. That's kind of just being understood, I think, at this point. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And this morning, granted, this is just on Reddit, and there are no sources that have said this.
Hold on. What's the name on Reddit?
The Reddit is Scoombop. U/Scoom.
Okay, so just Nick,
Two
are
user.
you a big Reddit guy now?
I love Reddit.
Okay, is there like a scoring system that Scoombop has? Do we know if Scoombop hits or if Scoombop is just kind of, milling around on Reddit?
Yeah, I did not dive into Scoombop's profile, but there is.
Would that tell you that, though?
Yeah, you can get the ups and downs. Yeah, so it's SCOOMBAP.
You thought it was a U.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I thought Scumbop is
Scumbop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he's just pronouncing
Reddit
it. Maybe it had the 2 dots.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
umlaut.
Swedish.
Reddit has a lot of bopping.
Yeah.
A lot of bopping on it and a lot of scum on it.
Yeah,
So
there's a
I
chance.
figured-
There's a
Yeah.
chance that happened. So it is Scoombop.
Scoombop said that.
Dip, dop, bop,
Bop.
Those Hanson kids.
They had it. They had
They had
it.
a 2-year run.
Oh, yeah.
Banger.
Do you know these particular group of whites? No. Okay, they had a bang one song.
They did.
Yes.
It was like a 1
Wonder
to
how they're
2
doing
year
now.
run.
Still hitting now.
Mainstay on TRL.
Anyways, Scoombop.
Scoombop said that Daniel Jones right now just agreed to a $37.5 million AAV. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
So Reddit, is there like
There's
rereads?
ups and downs.
Up votes and down votes.
Bingo.
Okay.
And by the time, it was 5 minutes in, it had like 6, 7 up votes.
on the Scoombop.
On Scoombop on the thing, and underneath the headline of what the AAV was per sources from the building. So
And
Scoombop.
Reddit is literally the face of the internet, right?
Yeah,
That is the entry
Front page,
hole.
there it is. The
Yeah,
face.
front page,
Yep.
there it is.
Same deal.
Allegedly. Do you Reddit at all, Pac?
No,
Me neither. I don't-
Actually, he showed it to me.
Yeah.
And explained it to me.
It's a weapon, I
Think
guess.
Scoombop.
Boom.
He might be right.
You know that song. You are too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you have a couple songs out.
Yeah.
Didn't you just release one, Pack Got the Pack?
Fucking go.
That's a banger.
And playoffs.
I don't know if I've heard playoffs.
Probably ain't heard playoffs.
When'd you release
You
it?
should have heard it.
When'd you release it?
I released it right before playoffs.
This year?
Yeah.
No, come on. How did we let that slip past
Yeah,
the
what?
goalie boys?
Can't
I
have
wasn't in Reddit.
We're bad people. It wasn't on Reddit.
the hell?
You need a scoom bop.
Yeah.
You need to scoom bop that thing. The Pack Got the Pack, though, song, we don't know if that's real.
Not sure it's real, but hey,
But that would be an easy thing to potentially predict, though.
Exactly.
Like, there's been some prediction
Last day.
insider stuff that's been happening where you're kind of piecing things together, and it's like all they've said is that they're negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like they're going to get something done, unless literally deadline comes and fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they don't get something
That's the
done.
same AAV too of that Derek Carr just got, which you'd expect Dan Jones to get a little bit more because he's younger, maybe.
All right, let's pivot away from that because we have a guest, boys.
Hell yeah.
Let's tighten up. I was going to talk to you about Pack Got the Pack, which you do, right? I mean, you're an entrepreneur at this point.
Oh yes, I am, man.
With Burner,
Shout out to Cookies and Burner. We trust. Yes. Working on
selling weed. This guy's got
Let's
weed.
go.
Go.
legal.
Legally.
Make sure you say that.
I've been to a couple of those cookie stores. There's one in Oregon I went to. I think there was one in Montana I went to. I've been to a couple of those cookie stores.
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We're working on the second. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet. Maybe the Pebbles or something. But it's a hybrid too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
Not easy to get in that business.
Oh, yeah.
So it's legal in states.
Yeah.
And then they have like franchises that kind of are stores in those states that are legal, but they have to fight their ass off to get the licenses in every new state. So like there's some that are in like 4 of 10 states or some people that are in like 5. Cookies has a pretty good presence. Cookies, I've seen a lot of those in my travels.
Yeah, we all over the world. I should say 36 different locations. They just opened one in Thailand. So yeah, Burner's doing his thing.
Well,
It's the
congratulations,
reason
Burner.
Go.
Okay.
And congratulations to you, man. That's
Yes, Sirski.
that's entrepreneur stuff. That's the future, by the way. If Marlboro could have got in with Marlboro, when Marlboro got in with Marlboro, I can get in with marijuana. It's like it's not as easy as just like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do marijuana."
Yeah.
No.
There is so much shit that you've had to go
A
through.
lot of red
God.
tape.
To get to because we've tried. This is something
Yeah.
that I've attempted multiple times. The amount of things you have to get through
Yes.
to get to that, the amount
lot
of
of
work
shit.
you've had to put in, very admirable.
Yeah.
Very, very admirable.
Yes, sir.
And good luck with it. It's not a bad business to get into. Speaking of business to get into, we are very fortunate to be in that business, the NFL. There was a combine this past week right here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and there was a man that we had never heard of that showed up taller than a man that we had certainly heard of and then ran much faster than we could have ever imagined. Then you start watching his highlights, it's like, wait a minute. When there was a Super Dogs of the Week college game day, I picked Old Dominion to beat
Virginia. Very close.
because Virginia wouldn't let Old Dominion's dog on the field.
have
So I thought to myself, well, these boys are playing for something much bigger than themselves, playing for a fucking dog. Turns out this guy had a touchdown late in the goddamn game. Absolute stallion. His highlights are legit. His position is hot, the tight end position, and he seems to have all the pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Zach Kuntz. So I wasn't listening close enough when they were talking about you. Kuntz, not Kuntz.
Yeah, Kuntz, correct. Got it.
Happy I did that. I am very appreciative. I didn't want to disrespect you immediately upon you joining the program. So 6'7", you're supposed to play basketball. What happened? The growth of the tight end position? Were you a tackle? How do we get to this point right here with how big and athletic you are, sir? It's a fascinating thing that not a lot of people can fully understand.
Yeah, I think I just got blessed with the genes. You know, I'm
Hell yeah.
the baby of my family. Tall mom, tall dad. I have an uncle who's about 6'7" or so. So, you know, save the best for last.
I love that. Have you always played tight end, always played football, play a lot of sports? I assume you're basketball, you're a stallion as well. When did you stop doing that?
Yeah, so football my whole life, basketball, and then played baseball like back when, you know, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, T-ball, all things like that. But then come to high school, I started running track. My older siblings ran track, so it'd make me a better football player. So I just kind of ran with that.
Well, it got showcased this past weekend. Unbelievable stuff, 4.5 something
Yeah.
at your size. Did you have one of those like, yeah, dude,
Pew.
is this what you thought you were going to get? Yeah, that's Pac-Man Jones who ran a 4.28 at the at his pro day or whatever, saying pew because you weren't supposed to run that, man. You weren't supposed to. rarely does a human built the way you are can move the way that you do. Did you have like one of those weird growth spurts out of nowhere, like where you lose all capability of being able to like dribble a basketball? Have you always been the tallest? Like when you're playing Little League, was the other pitcher like, well,
No,
Come on.
yeah, how did the whole growth spurt go? And have you always been very athletic? Because normally there's a period there where guys kind of lose it if they're super tall.
Yeah, I definitely had my Bambi phase.
Yeah, there it is.
You know, growing up. I kind of grown into my own body, but, you know, I've always been really tall. I mean, like 7th grade, I got my first dunk in a game, like dunked on someone.
How sweet was that?
You know,
Hey,
40 is right.
little rim grazer, you know, like people in the in the stands, you know, they're pretty shocked. They weren't sure whether they're like, wait, did that really happen?
We need to say
Or, like,
birth
someone's
certificate.
like, yeah, there was like, I don't know, moms on the other team saying like, we need to check his birth certificate,
Yep,
or like,
bingo.
is that a technical? Is that allowed? Things like that.
disrespectful to the game.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. No, but yeah, like 6'5". I was 6'5" in like 8th grade. You know, I was sleeping on the top bunk, you know, in my house, my feet hanging off. So, you know, always been pretty tall.
Hell yeah! Well, I'm happy you're about to get paid. How did you end up at Old Dominion? That sounds like a lot of people fucked up. Is that what happened there, Zach? Is that what?
Yeah, I started my college career at Penn State, and then once I graduated there in 2021,
Of course.
My original recruiter for the tight ends coach got the OC job at Penn State, then got hired at Old Dominion as the head coach. You know, he loves giving the rock to the tight end. Always shows him a lot of love. You know, he's a genius in the game of football, and so you know, it was a no-brainer from there.
Hell yeah! You did a great job. We're happy we're getting to learn about you right now. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Zach, a lot of combine meetings while you were out there with a lot of different teams. Did you get any absurd questions? And, you know, without revealing who it was, were you doing anything like rock, paper, scissors or anything along those lines?
Yeah, I'd say kind of the most out of left field type of thing you get is team asks you, you know, if you and I go to Chipotle together and I go in front of you, I get a water cup and I fill it with a soda. You know, what are you going to do? Like, kind of like, how do you play
Oh, what'd you say?
So,
What'd you say? How'd we play it?
how did I play it? You know, naturally it's like you go with your friends, your buddies, you see people do that. It's kind of like whatever. But I said that, you know, I just asked them straight up, like, why'd you do that?
No, come
So,
on.
like, that way, you know,
What would you have said?
I did that
You're not-
same
you're not-
move at Chipotle from probably my freshman year of high school through when I graduated college. They don't need that extra. Come on, Zach. You steal the pop, okay? It's simple as that.
I have also potentially participated in the game, but I like the fact that you said, hey, can't have it. You know, that's the
Yeah.
right answer for the, you know, whenever you're playing that Cards Against Humanity game, you got to play the person.
Yes.
You got to play who is holding the cards. Like, it can't be what you think would be the most funny.
Yep.
It's got to be what the person who is holding the cards thinks is the most funny. You did the right thing there. I think you did the right. What if they said your favorite kitchen appliance?
my favorite kitchen appliance.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with an oven.
Oven's a good one. It's
Nice.
not bad. You like to keep things hot. What about a microwave, huh? Quick, boom, here we are. What do you think?
Yeah, microwave's quick, but
Sounds good.
you know, you look on the back of the labels, a lot of stuff, it'll say microwave option or, you know, bacon oven. And, you know, 10 times out of 10, bacon oven's going to taste a hell of a lot better.
Valid.
Yeah.
So I learned that.
Takes a little more time.
So my freshman year of life, you know, when you only have a microwave, you know, you thrive off that. But, you
Yeah.
know, it took me until moving in with an offensive lineman to really learn how to eat well.
Wow, first word, last one out.
Dude, you're a chess player, bro. Look at
Yeah.
this guy.
That's
Long
smart.
game. Hey, we're thinking way down the road.
more time.
Did you think to yourself, like, obviously this is getting asked to you, the NFL adjustment with how big you are, a lot of hits, bro. How's the body? You know what I mean? Do you focus on that? Do you have a certain, like, do you have a workout routine? Are you trying to stay thicker? Like, what do you envision your body becoming or being as you make it to the men's league with some fucking dogs that really have a lot of space on you? I mean, you look at every big tight end that has happened, they've taken massive shots, just massive shots that come. Mercedes Lewis continuing to do his thing is amazing to think about. Have you thought about that stuff? Is that something you have to focus on, or we'll worry about it when we get there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can take it as it comes, but, you know, the best thing I can do, control what I can now, you know, with my training, you know, getting as strong as I possibly can, eating the best food that I can, and, you know, investing a ton in a lot of rehab type things, whether it be like prehab or like post-practice, you know, hydrotherapy.
These
Always,
young kids
you know,
got
just
it. They got it all figured
paying
out.
rent. paying rent in the training room. So if I'm able to do that, and that's one thing I've always been told, by the old heads around me and guys that I've talked to. So they wouldn't say it if it didn't mean something or if it was important.
Yeah, it feels like that happens a lot. The older guys will say something to a younger guy, and the younger guy, potentially in his own ego, is like, I'm gonna do it. I have my own way. It's like those people have been around a long time. There's a reason. Like usually, I was very lucky to have Adam Vinatieri in my same fucking room. So whenever you get to wherever you get, I'm excited to see what you become. I just saw your shirt because you stood up there. Shout out Bula, baby.
Shout out Bula.
Shout out Bula.
Yeah, Bula.
Shout out Bula.
He's the beast.
That is me.
Obviously, man. Yep.
Did you think about Bula at all during the combine? Where you're like, gotta have the tenacity of Bula whenever I'm out here killing these drills. Is that something you thought about, Bula? Was it a motivational speech from Bula before the combine that really led you to do what you just did?
Yeah, if I was actually able to talk to him before, maybe would have tested even a little bit better.
Wow.
I think it'd be sweet. We should get him on his own little personalized combine. I think that'd be an awesome thing to watch.
Stat, by the way. 40-foot stat. Pac has a question for you, Zach. Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
You asked him part of it, but Mercedes Lewis being one of the biggest ones. If you could pick 3 players that you can combine to explain yourself, who would the 3 be?
If I could pick, I love Darren Waller.
Just got married. Congratulations.
Congrats. D-Wall.
Yep. I love the way he plays, being able to, go up top, make those plays as a longer player and being fast. So I think it's different for me. It's like you said, a lot of those guys, the sweet spot, I think for a lot of tight ends kind of been the 6'4" guys, 6'5" guys. And even this past combine, our whole tight end class is stacked. Just being able to compete and be with those guys throughout the whole week's been a sweet, experience. And I feel like more recently now than ever, you're seeing a lot of these guys that are being 6'6" plus, 6'7", 6'8". And so seeing that more, I think it's really cool. It's kind of, changing the position a little bit.
Big.
There's some playmakers, especially at that tight end position. I think, like you said, you're going to see a lot of that more in the future.
Kittle obviously is just completely flipped a lot of things. Gronk, I guess, was kind of the start of it.
Hell yeah.
Gronk was the start of it, and then Kelsey was kind of low-key in Kansas City, though, at the beginning because they weren't this current Chiefs team. He's starting to put his body in front of people. I assume you're just a good blocker because you're so fucking big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Putting on the, getting bigger, stronger off that, like you said, you're going to be with grown men now, same way it was.
Yeah, but the schemes now, hey, there's a chance for you to make some big-time blocks.
Big plays.
Setting you up.
And plays, too. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Tone has a question for you, Zach.
Zach, you're a PA guy.
Sure.
How do you feel about coming home and joining your old friend Pat Fryermuth? Okay, how do you feel about that?
No, I love Pat, man. I talk with him all the time. They actually, Steelers, they got a 6'8" tight end already, right now, Zach Gentry. And, they're tight with each other, too. But
he doesn't have a 40.
That's like basketball.
Yeah.
The center position's already taken. We already got a 6'8" guys. All right, you're going to have to go. There's another team right down the road. Ty, you got a question?
Yeah, Zach, speaking of schemes and everything, obviously just getting drafted in general is going to be a dream come true, and I'm sure you're not too picky, but during these interviews did you have, were there any teams in terms of what they do where you were kind of thinking oh fuck, I'd really love to be drafted by these guys?
Yeah, for sure. You see it a lot, just watching the games on Sundays of, what they're able to do, with their tight ends. Obviously you see, most recently, you were saying, Travis Kelce and what he's able to do with Patrick Mahomes. So I think it's important that, I can go somewhere where, the better relationship I feel like you have with your quarterback and the better you can be on the same page with them, the better that's going to be, you see Mahomes and Kelce. So I think that's a situation where you're able to create that relationship, build that, that trust and build that kind of being in sync with them, build up that chemistry. That's a recipe for success.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of the ingredients for the recipe of success. Hey-o. Last question before we let you go, and we can't thank you enough for joining us here. I got 2 questions, actually. One just popped up. Stressful time here? You cool? How's the mindset during this whole process?
Yeah, it definitely is, stressful at times. I would say not so much stress, but as it is excitement. I think those kind of go hand in hand. High stress situations sometimes, when there's, it's a make or break moment. Sometimes just on the other side of that are the best feelings, the best emotions that you can kind of experience.
Hell yeah.
So I think I think it's a good thing to kind of have the high stress moments, if you want to say it like that, because that means you're doing something good. Anything that's you're working hard to do. Like if it was easy, I wouldn't want it. If you're working harder for it, it's a lot more rewarding when you kind of get those things, get to experience those. I just completed the NFL Combine. I've been watching it with my dad, my brothers for years and years. So finally being able to put my name on there and be able to do what I could, kind of display what I can do, especially with some of these teams. It's a great opportunity. Super pumped to have been able to do it.
Yeah, you earned the pressure. You know what I mean? You earned that pressure from all the hard work. It's a celebration when you get to do it, and you took advantage of it, sir. We appreciate you so much. You taller than Darnell? That photo, huh? People photoshopping that? What's going on?
No way.
What's going on?
Yeah. So me and Darnell. I think if you put us both, you shave us both bald, right? Listen to this. Listen, right? So that, believe it or not, that's like the shortest measurement I've ever gotten.
That's what happens.
For the most part,
the NFL pushes you down, dude. They push you down.
They're like,
put your feet together, tuck your tailbone, fucking head down. We need you at your absolute smallest, okay? And although the NBA says put shoes on, elongate your neck, because they're like, hey, we want our guys to be fucking 6'9", 7'1". The NFL is like, nah, we want them to be as small as fucking possible because this is how it goes. It's a wild scene. That's why I was intrigued by the picture afterwards because it was like, does this guy have the straightest back of all time? So when they push the head down, he's like, nope,
doesn't matter.
Right? Nope, not moving. So that's the smallest you've been. What do you normally when you walk out of a gas station? 6'8"?
Yeah, I'd say like right on the 6'8", even pretty much. I've gotten, for the most part, being that 6'8" measurement. But I mean, even being with Darnell, like that's the first time I've actually been with a tight end specifically who I've looked like eye to eye with like that. So I was kind of like, okay, like this dude is pretty big.
Yeah, he's massive.
But no, like it was really cool getting to meet him, like getting to know him, and like being honestly with the rest of the guys. This is a great group of dudes. I'm excited, see what we all kind of do here coming up this season.
Hell yeah, we can't wait to watch, man. Good luck with the whole process. Remember to enjoy it all. You earned it, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Old Dominion, next year's some NFL team is a 6'8" flat tight end, Zach Kuntz.
There you go. Appreciate it.
See you, pal. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, definitely.
You were not happy with his answer about the fucking fountain drink.
Not at all. Come on, dude. Everyone, these and the GMs, guess what? They know. They know if you're going in there and you're asking for a water cup, you're going and you're getting a Coke every fucking time.
I'll go
no
Sprite.
matter what.
I go Sprite.
Sprite works too. I used to just say
Buffalo Wild Wings was the play.
Yeah.
They always had the water cup that was solid. It's like bad decision.
Sprite's the right move. I did that once, and I got an orange drink at McDonald's, and the manager tried to tag me for retail theft.
See, that's fine though, because I will. I'll just get it. I'll get a dark pop, and it's like, you know what? If you got a problem with it, come fucking say something to me. Yeah. And if you don't, then I know.
Trying them, man.
Exactly. And then I know for life, okay, these guys, they don't got the metal. I can do it every time I come in here, and they're not going to say a damn thing.
Listen, GMs might not have liked that answer, and then they saw a 4.5 with a 40-inch vertical at 6'8". We're like, who cares?
Dude, that guy, he's a big guy, dude. Yeah. 6'8". So hold on. You obviously played NFL how long?
14 years.
So long. At corner, right? All corner?
Corner and punt return. Yeah.
But I'm saying on defense.
Corner.
Okay, so that's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
How come? Why wouldn't you? You just couldn't. No, I'm corner forever.
Now that I think about it, I should have went back and played safety when they was asking me to. I probably could have played a little longer.
Yes, that's why every single corner that's like, I didn't move over because I know that's a thing. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, Joe Hayden talked about it.
It's a thing
on the show.
Yeah, and I had a chance to do it in Denver. Like they was like, "Look, we want you to go start at free safety." I'm like, "Bro, I play corner." It's like, go get your ass up out of here, then.
That's amazing. That's a real thing. Yeah, and I wish you would go back and tell corners when they're like 10 years in, like, hey, you've done it. You did it at corner. Now maybe go beat another position. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I could do it all over, I would definitely go back and
But when you're playing against guys that are like, it feels like the game's getting taller right now. Is that accurate?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter if I'm coming out of center field. It doesn't matter how tall you is.
How about corner?
I'm saying I play better against taller people.
How come?
Because I'm a press at the line, and I just feel my feet is more faster, so I can basically soft pedal off the line. And when you declare, I just declare with you.
Go back to the beginning of that. You as a punt returner was electrifying.
Yeah, damn.
You were a fucking nightmare. Pause that. You were a nightmare because it's actually on record. You never called for a fair catch. My whole game was fair catch game. Like, that was the game I played. I'm going to make you fair catch. Because I don't know or want these guys to have to worry about covering. Everybody gets mad about the coverage teams and everything like that. If you just punt it high and get a fair catch every time, it does not matter.
I used to get pissed when I play against you because I would never fair catch the ball, and I would leave the game with an average of fucking 10 yards. And my coach was like, bro, you just messing up your average. You ain't going to make Pro Bowl if you just catch the ball and get 5 yards. I'm like, bro, I'm not calling fair catch, so it is what it is. I just have to make it up the next game.
It was a goal, though. It was a goal. Going into the game, it's like, all right, I'm getting this motherfucker a fair catch. Like, this is going to be the game. And then he was elusive. Mm-hmm. There's a reason you didn't want to call fair catch because I think a lot of people agreed with you. The ball in your hands is a good thing for everybody that's on the team. Whenever you were punt returning, were you just not thinking? Because I think Nyheim Hines, what he came out and said, I just tell myself
prepared to die.
Like if I die, I die.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have to go that dramatic, but that's literally how you fucking played. It was like, how did you go about that? What was the mindset? And how long were you just the fastest, most elusive guy on a football field? Has that been your whole life?
It haven't been my whole life. I worked really hard. Like I've always been the first guy at the stadium, the last one to leave.
That's real. You come out for those warm-ups, you look ridiculous.
He's and I come out at warm-ups and catch punts with you kicking them.
People are not happy with it. People are not happy.
Like that shit.
Yeah, they were not happy about
His coaches used to get so mad. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. Kick it, Pat. But yeah, I took the craft serious. Now, what happened early in my career, once I left, the stadium was a different story now. After the game, I'm probably in Atlanta. I'm taking the limo back, getting to the stadium at 6:15.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That morning, still the first one to the stadium, though. Mm-hmm. But
living.
I enjoyed every bit of it, and I trusted the guys up front. Like it was an honor to like play with me because I made it fun for guys. Like I did really good things for my teammates. You know, iPads. You know, little gifts during Christmas time. Pro Bowl.
You need those guys, but those guys work a lot harder if they know a guy's back there.
Yeah.
And then also, like, if he's going to take care of us as well, because that's not a fun job.
No.
That's not a fun job to block like that at all. You got to rush the punt, okay? You're taking on a guy who's very athletic on the other side, who has not played special teams their whole life, but they're coached up. They're just trying to block you. And then both sides have to turn and sprint 60 yards in the middle of the open field. And by the way, you got to keep perfect leverage on the punt return team. It is no fun at all while hoping not to blow out your ACL literally at any moment if anybody hip thrusts you at all. So, like, those guys taking care of you and you recognizing it is a big deal. But there's a lot of guys that you were a fucking problem back there.
I was going to say probably a lot.
You were a problem.
Probably a lot easier when you know, like, hey, I just got to give him like a split second or a little
One
window,
ass.
and he's fucking gone.
Just got to give him an ass.
That's what happens with Packers when they.
I had fun though, man. Like I played it without a seatbelt. Like that Philly game. Oh my God, that was probably one of my best returns.
What happened?
I had one for 83 that game.
Jeez.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a nasty.
Do you know going in you're probably going to get one, or is everyone good for you?
We know who are not going to kick you the ball. We know who's going to hang the ball up for 5.5, 6 seconds.
Smart football. That's smart football.
Why do we have to go play this guy? I might well not return. Like,
well, you should know that one-time kickoff, 9 yards deep. This fucking guy.
Jeez.
Okay, so I found it twice that game. He came out from 9 yards deep.
yeah.
I also found the other one that you're looking for. I got the request.
9 yards deep. This guy.
Yeah.
Kickoffs. Just
No one's doing that.
Electric.
Yeah, it's annoying.
My coach never told me I couldn't keep the ball in. I mean, that I had to keep the ball in.
There's a reason, though. I mean, look at that fucking shit,
That
dude.
was 9 yards deep.
Oh, but it wasn't a touchdown. So, like, in the statistics, they'll be like, hey, how many touchdowns did he take back? It's like, how about how many, like, 65-yard returns that just completely flipped the field position like Tony did for the Chiefs at this particular Super Bowl to win the game? Like, that's who you were, dude. You were that guy. It was awesome to watch.
Right before that was the Seattle one, where he took it from the 10-yard line all the way down to the 35 on the other side.
While also playing
That was
corner.
my first play back from my neck injury, that Seattle game.
Damn.
Oh, C3, C4.
Yeah.
We learned about that earlier.
Yeah, we
right.
did.
Yeah.
That thing will lock you up every once in a while.
Yeah,
That'd be scary, huh? When you're,
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh, it was scary.
you think, oh, I'm never coming back? Is that what you thought?
Well, when it first happened, I was in Dallas, and I muffed the punt, and James Harrison hit me. And I'm sitting there yelling, yo! My friend, Kieran Fox, who played with me in high school, he was drafted by Pittsburgh. He got a ring with Pittsburgh. He ran past me. He's like, Pac, you keep bullshitting out here, we gonna kill you. I said, shut up. I can't move. He's like, you all right, man? I was like, no. And by the time the team came back out there, I had just started getting my feeling back. like in my feet. I was like, oh shit, okay. Dumb as I was, went back in the game and tried to act like I had a stinger.
Yeah, that was the move.
Yeah.
Everybody did the stinger move.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering about the unaffiliated neuro consultant.
Yes. Right.
Like, how can you tell what is, what isn't? How do you get through the whole thing? Because guys been lying about injuries a long time.
Yeah, it's a little bit more stricter now though, because you got people up that's just watching for it.
What was that? A little bit more stricker?
Stricker.
Of course.
Stricker. Yeah, a
That'd be
little
so
bit more
cool.
stricker.
How much cool? How
for
cool
those
would that be to be able to just that's just naturally how you speak.
I wish.
Guys out in the screen, a little bit more stricker. That'd be so cool. Let's get to a break. Pac, you're gonna have to do something for a giveaway. Just want you to eye the opportunities. Okay. We got footballs everywhere. Baby Duke, I think you were playing with one earlier.
Yep.
You'll be able to have the option of throwing it either into the basketball hoop over here, basketball hoop over there, or any of the holes in that net in the corner over there. There'll be like 5 footballs you'll be able to attempt. Obviously, we got the basketballs here. You can either attempt a stage shot or an NBA 3 with your foot on the line like you're Daniel Jeremiah.
Sure. That's right.
Don't want that.
Kind of cheated a little bit.
Don't do that.
And then I know you're a big golfer. You'll be able to have to go 1 of 5 on a putt on this green here. And we'll do a contest giveaway on the Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just if you want to eyeball some stuff, we're probably going to go take a piss. You should probably do the same. We got another long hour coming up on the other side with AJ Hawk. And also some phone calls on the 5 Hour Energy phone line, 1-833-432-3663. That's 1-833-4-DADOM. On the 5 Hour Energy phone line, we'll take some calls, talk to AJ Hawk. Scout it out, Pac. We need some winners today.
Big time.
Be a friend, tell a friend, take 5. Hey, that ain't gonna help, Miz. That ain't gonna help. That's gonna do nothing.
He was a 3-sport athlete at Plum High School, where his volleyball team was in the mix for a Section 3 title. Making his Lake Tahoe debut for the brand, McAfee! Aaron Rodgers! AJ Hawk!
How baby AJ?
Yes! Yeah, baby! Come on! Come on! Come on! Good job. AJ, you got one of these? We got about 12 of these.
That's not real.
Good line here. Good line here. Buy some drinks. Great putt. Yeah. Oh, he wants to all sorry about it. Hey, let's go. Get in. Get in. Come on. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Our American Century Championship coverage rolls on here from the back deck of Edgewood Tahoe. How about Pat McAfee stopping by, man?
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dan in Connecticut. Lovely place here on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Dano?
Oh, what's up, Pat McAfee?
Dan, you are too young to listen to this show. I can tell. I think. How old?
I'm not Dan. I am Owen.
Mitt.
Owen, how old are you?
It's so different.
I am at 8.5.
Oh, that's cute.
8.5.
If you're telling us you're half age, you're too young to be listening.
That's a record.
It stinks.
What's on your mind, pal?
What do you want to talk about, Owen?
I want to talk about how inspiring this show is and how you're inspiring this whole entire world with how you're talking about sports and how you're talking about your life experience.
Thank you, Owen.
Owen, thank you.
Love you, Owen.
Thank you,
Owen, I'm taking her on
And
the
also, fuck Boston College.
I will let Owen know, if you're still listening, Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Owen, the way you talk about sports is inspiring.
Yes!
I didn't know 8.5 could do that.
Wow.
Shout out Owen.
That time.
Go, Owen.
Hey, Owen. New generation in Connecticut, I guess.
He was making me feel good, too, by the way. He's making me feel good, making the show feel good. He was talking us up. He was hyping us up, and then boom, a little...
Was this Aristotle's brother?
A little misdirection from Aristotle's brother, Owen, at 8.5 there. That was awesome.
I'd say he put his balls on your forehead, but I don't think they dropped yet. So.
What are you going to do to change and make Tua better? Have you gotten into that? This is very early in the whole process, and you're shaking hands, kissing babies right now, and you're a 0-win head coach that everybody loves.
0 wins.
0 win, but what are you thinking about that for Tua? How do you make him better?
We're gonna start with scoring more points than the opponent.
Wow!
Holy shit! Oh no!
You are changing the game.
Changing the game.
Yeah.
Through math.
Yeah. That's right.
No, I think there's. I was just so fortunate in my career to be around the process of how I look at things with the empowerment of the right teachers that I look backwards, forwards, okay? What things do I see that are really awesome about his game on tape, even though we're at...
He's accurate as heck.
Boom! That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just... you were leading me. That's how, you should do this, maybe.
Dude,
think about it in the future.
Dude.
But he's so accurate.
Or we should just spend the time finishing each other's...
sentences.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have we known each other for...
our whole lives?
Oh my God.
You tell...
Me?
Wow.
This is weird.
Dude.
Whoa,
Seems like you guys just became.
Dude.
wow, this is fucking weird, AJ.
Bro.
Hey, this is...
Did we swap skins?
Wow, we learned a lot about yours, by the way. I mean, did you have the... Is that like that? Or yeah, full on. Hey, that's scary. Don't you think you're gonna die out there? And there's some moments where you're like, if I die, I die. I guess you have said that, but you think you're never...
Cousins from the pocket, floating one, and right underneath is Justin Jefferson. On the move and all the way down inside the 15.
Kirk Cousins takes a huge hit by Payne.
You say you're never going to breathe again, right? And there's some of that thought out there. Were you having that on the field or no?
You do have that thought for a second that you're in a dark place and you'd like to get out of it. I remember whoever hit me, Payne or whoever hit me pretty good, and I'm kind of, I don't know what I sounded like, but I must have been like, because as he walked by me, as he got up, he goes, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. So I must have been moaning or something.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston College.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode on this beautiful Pac-Man Tuesday, March 7, 2023. Hour 2 shall start right No!
The tag!
Is certainly being chatted about around the NFL. The franchise tag deadline is in 2 hours and 53 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact. All eyes are on Baltimore and the New York Giants. We assume other teams will use them as well, although it's not getting as much fanfare. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys. Turn Diggs is here. How you doing, Turn? What's your
Good.
face? Why's your face?
I don't know. You made a face to me, so I just braced for everything.
You thought there was something coming there? There is not. The only thing that could have potentially been from is because we have a man joining us on stage.
Hell yeah.
We've been reliving a little bit of his career here today.
Been incredible.
There's been a lot of people tweeting us videos and finding videos from the past. What a fucking hilarious existence this human has had. Ran a 4.28 at his pro day at West Virginia. One of the fastest humans of all time, played offense, defense, and special teams. Was number 6 overall pick.
Yes.
In the NFL draft, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, Pac!
And joining us live from Annapolis, Ohio is Amanda's college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, number 5 overall. Oh, ha.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID survivor AJ Hawk. Number 5 overall pick. That was old CBA, too. Oh, my God.
You're so rich.
Oh, my. So rich.
Supposed to be number 2. We found that out.
Yeah. Hey, lied to. Absolutely lied to. AJ, good to see you.
What's up, Pac? How's it going, Pac?
What's up, AJ?
Man, good to see you. Good to see Pac on stage there. Diggs, how you doing across there? You got any good things in today with Pac on the stage?
What are you talking? Why are you trying to divert this?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're wealthy. We get it.
I don't want Diggs to get like worried. Sometimes Diggs gets worried to like jump in or chime in at times.
No, that is not the case. I don't think he gets worried at all. I don't know what your problem is. Okay, you're still glowing from the Buckeye, no cockeye cruise.
Of course.
And we appreciate you joining us here. You and Pac played at Cincinnati, though, right? And how many years together, and what were your thoughts whenever you met this man?
I was only there 1 year with Pac. I was only there 1 year with Cincinnati at all, but I've told you guys a million times. Like I heard Pac earlier say, like first one in, last one out. That is absolutely the case. And every single day in practice, like competing, not scared to fight anybody, hold anybody accountable. He's great for the team. Awesome teammate. Unbelievable teammate.
Pac, what do you think about whenever you saw the face this man? Because it's like a home plate. You know what I mean? It's the largest jawline of all time. And then when you see it in real life, it is like a bobblehead, but his body is proportional.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah,
dope.
just keeps going.
Just Ohio State. What were your thoughts whenever you seen AJ?
Man, me and AJ click. That's my boy. We would have weirdly awkward, good conversations.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that's that big
AJ.
brain. That's it.
Actually, some of the weirdest things. But yeah, me and AJ always been good, man. I always say he's one of the top teammates I ever had, but unbelievable, great person.
Yeah, well, it's nice to know you both had a great time sharing a locker room and a team. That was a good year for you guys, too, right?
Yeah.
We had success that year.
Playoff.
For a while.
Until that one last game.
Andy was on like MVP pace. Andy was basically like one of the top MVP guys, and then he made a tackle on a pick and broke his wrist or thumb or something.
Was it 11 wins that year? 12.
I think 11. 11 and 5, I think.
No, we won eight straight, and I think we was 12 wins.
You won the division, right?
Andy Dalton had 10-plus wins for this stat came up like 6 or 7 straight years or something.
And you guys ended Antonio Brown's brain that game.
Jeez.
What? No, that was James Harrison.
that was James Harrison.
Hey, we all know.
Wasn't Montez.
We all know.
Yeah. It wasn't Montez, yeah.
That is, hey.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That
Still
was
got
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
Still got it. Get him in the league.
All right, AJ, let's get some of your takes on things that are happening today. 8 days from now, the NFL's teams have to have their salary cap in order. All the salary cap gymnastics have to take place. They have to get under the designated $224 million salary cap. So that means deals have to be made, restructuring, ultimately a lot of cuts. Now, people that could potentially become free agents are going to be, kind of held to their team with the franchise tag happening today. All eyes are on Baltimore, and all eyes are on the New York Football Giants. AJ, your thoughts on Lamar Jackson? We got into this earlier. And Pac-Man, he'll probably reiterate this fact here in a bit because we're going to dive back into this conversation. He brought up a great point. Is Lamar Jackson not the perfect person for the Atlanta Falcons? Do you think that is a place that if he gets the non-exclusive franchise tag, which is the franchise tag that's put on everybody pretty much except for high-end quarterbacks, because other teams have the capability to give 2 first-round picks to the team and then negotiate a contract with the player. And if the player says yes and the team that has the rights currently can't match, that player's gone. So there's a chance that another team, if the Baltimore Ravens put the non-exclusive tag on Lamar Jackson, could offer up 2 first-rounders, negotiate with Lamar, and he could be gone. Atlanta, Pac said he fits the culture. Think about Arthur Blank's track record and what he wants to see on a football field. And Artie Smith, the coach, has a pretty good fucking handle on the run game, I believe. Could you imagine Lamar Jackson in Atlanta? Do you think that's going to happen? Or is this all bullshit?
I mean, I don't know if it's been out there, like floated out there much, but it does make sense. The more you say it, the more I hear you talk about it, like it would. But now, is it possible that they don't use that tag because they are worried something like that could happen? They could lose them.
$13 million difference. $32 million is the non-exclusive tag. $45 million is the exclusive tag. That's a lot of money. We all know that. Even if the salary cap's at $224 million, $13 million is a lot of millions in all GM's eyes, especially when you're trying to put together a roster of 53 and everything like that. The more you think about it, though, the more it makes sense. But also, the Ravens could be putting the non-exclusive tag so that a team like Atlanta or Carolina who has a lot of money says, here's 2 firsts. They negotiate the deal with Lamar. They get to a number, whatever the number is, and then Baltimore's like, cool, we'll match it. The market sets the market almost, as opposed to what he's negotiating with the Baltimore Ravens. Does that make sense? And do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely getting. When you say that, it makes me think. Of course, he's getting a non-exclusive. Then why wouldn't they? Like it works out, but it's cheaper and it gives him a potential situation where another team negotiates his deal. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting in a couple hours.
That'd be a good move by Baltimore business-wise if they were to do that, because it's not them saying no to Lamar at this point. No. It would be somebody else setting the market saying $190 million instead of the $230, and that's literally the best that's available out of any of the teams. It's like, oh, okay, Baltimore says, all right, that's where we had to get to. Like, I could see them doing that in the business of the NFL.
Oh, yeah. And Pac-Man said in the first hour, like, Derek Carr's contract just came out. And if you really want to compare the two, it's like if Derek Carr's getting $100 million guaranteed at his age, like Lamar, obviously he's already won an MVP. So, I'm not saying he hasn't been in his prime, but, like, this guy is in some of the best years of his career, and he can go down and change any culture. I feel like he'd be perfect damn near anywhere, especially Atlanta.
Yeah, let him come to Indianapolis, too. I don't know if we have enough money on the thing. What's your face? Why is your face?
No, if that's the Ravens' plan to put the non-exclusive in it because they want to see what the market is, I don't think they're going to like what the market is.
No. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to come in there. Yeah. Tepper is the second wealthiest owner in the NFL at Carolina. They're dying for a quarterback.
Quarterbacks are the hottest
commodity in the world. Pac-Man, how much have you thought about the Atlanta thing? Like, did that just come to thought here during this conversation, or has this been something you've been thinking like is going to take place for a while now?
No, it's been something I've been thinking. Because think about it like this: if he get the $50 million, that's pretty much right at what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly,
yeah. That's like. For Baltimore to pay the $50 million doesn't make sense if you don't want it. If you could have had the same deal last year.
So the thought would be they don't want to invest multiple years because of whatever, or maybe they don't have the money.
Yeah, that's possible.
And every time we bring that up, Ian Rappaport's like, they got the money. They're NFL owners, they got the money. It's like, to put $250 million in escrow? Like, that's what you have to do. If you, all these guarantees.
Are they more worried that he's not the guy, or that he's going to be hurt occasionally and they don't think it's worth it?
Both of those are offensive, though, probably to Lamar's people.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. They're both terrible, yeah. It's all bad. If Lamar's thinking, hey, like, I just wonder if Lamar still wants to be there. Does he still feel like they have his back?
I personally, I don't think so. I mean, you, like, look at this, all the stuff, and again, a lot of it is alleged reports, but you go all the way back to when they first started trying to get something worked out, and their offer was allegedly like $130 million guaranteed, and that was right on the heels of Kyler getting like $160-some million.
After Deshaun, this is all post Deshaun.
Yeah, all post Deshaun. Like, and again, Russ, and we go back to, like, he's won an MVP, like he's won playoff games for him, like that. That's such a slap in the face. And then now, he kind of said, like, hey, the number is the number. Like, if they want to in good faith come back and negotiate something with me, like, they know where they have to start. So every other, it's kind of just a continual slap in the face, I feel like, if they know what the number is and they just keep coming back and kind of trying to lowball them and say, like, hey, we can't get here, but we can bump up our initial offer a little more. We can do a little bit more for you. It's like, at what point are you just like, all right, fuck you guys. Like, you're not invested in me the way I've invested myself into the community and the Ravens for the last however many years.
And humans are the ones doing these negotiations, so, like, feelings are real.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a real – people forget about that whenever they're talking about business. Like, it's just business. You can't take it personal. It's like, oh, really? Okay, I won't. Yeah, I've never understood how people don't, but I guess those people just have, like, serial killer mindsets. I don't understand how that – I don't understand how that happens. That's like a big cliche, It's nothing personal. It's business. It's like, well, your business is personal.
It's always personal, too. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it always gets personal.
Are you giving this deal to everybody? Like, everybody? Yeah. So, no, it's just me? Okay, so it is – That is personal. It does seem like. So I never understood how people do that. Got to move past it. Obviously, got to be able to right some wrongs, too. Like, if something happens, got to be able to be like, okay, let's go ahead and move on, too. Especially if there's like $200 million on the line. But it doesn't sound like the Ravens have been anywhere near there.
They haven't, but I don't want to cut you off. But how much? What was Russ's deal again? Like his was an astronomical.
65 or something.
65, yeah. 230 total.
Are they trying? Do you think the Ravens are trying to tell Lamar, hey, let's take Deshaun out of the equation? That's not the market. They're
Anomaly.
That's not the market. That's an anomaly. Let's go off everybody else.
That's not Lamar's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not at all.
Same division, too.
Technically, Aaron's has the highest average per year.
50.
Yeah.
I just don't get it because they paid him $23 million last year and they pay him $50 million this year. I'm not the smartest guy, but that's $73 million already. He probably asked.
You're pot committed.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're just talking about this from a finances standpoint, you are pot committed already in here. And then if they do it another year, it bumps up another, 15% or something like that?
Yep.
So if they franchise tag him again, because remember, that was the conversation. They got a lot of time to figure out this contract. They can franchise tag Lamar. They can franchise tag him again. They cannot franchise tag him for a third time. That was a rule that had to be placed in the last CBA because I think Julius Peppers got it like 4 times. Vinatieri got it 3 times.
Kirk.
Vinatieri got that's a full contract.
Yeah.
Franchise tag, franchise tag. I mean, so they had to take that back to only 2. But I think the number was like $125 or $130 million they were going to be paying Lamar over the next 3 years, as opposed to just like you can get the whole
Do a
deal.
long-term deal, yeah.
And everybody's happy. Like, is it worth pissing people off if you're looking at it from a zoomed-out business standpoint? Hey, great numbers over there. Fucking
go.
Also, like, when you look at it, like, isn't most of the time, like, it would be like the agent saying, like, hey, it's business. Don't take it personal. Like, his mom's his agent. So, like,
too.
And him. But I'm saying, like, you know, he doesn't have that person who's saying, hey, it's just business, okay? It's not personal. It's just business. His mom is probably right there with him, lockstep, like, you know what? No, this is personal. Like, this is bullshit. This isn't just business.
I enjoy it. I hope more guys start representing themselves if they have the capability. I thought about this when I went to the bathroom during the break. And Pac-Man practiced.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's this guy's deal?
Well, I said he did a little bit. What?
Yeah, but the
he didn't do every. He didn't do. He practiced a little bit. He didn't do every single thing he could.
You did. You did.
A little bit. That's exactly a little bit.
Little bit.
Thank you.
You did. But when I was going to the bathroom, I started thinking about it. Like, it's hilarious to think the business aspect of getting franchise tagged. That means you've said no.
Yeah.
To like numerous things. They're like, we would like, because, you know, I guess I'm the last person that has been franchise tagged for the Colts.
Hell yeah.
I started thinking about people that I've done business with, like thinking about me getting franchise tagged. And like, yeah, that would make sense that Pat wouldn't get like that was what I was thinking about while I was pissing. Like, people probably are learning that and being like, yep.
Sounds about right.
He will say, nope, not fucking doing that. Like, that is. So I need to change my mindset about guys that get franchise tagged.
Yeah.
Because like they're like thinking to themselves like, nope. Not like business-wise.
Yeah.
They are thinking from a business sense, and I think it should be applauded almost, that's like has to be a trait of getting tagged, I think, I personally.
Well, and the last time it happened where it like really could have gone south was Dak Prescott, because he got tagged and then he got a cramp in his leg and he couldn't play for a year. Like, if that didn't...
Do you remember that cramp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was your teammate, right, Tony?
Yeah, not Tony Romo, yeah.
He's the one that called it a cramp.
Yeah, he thought it was a cramp, and actually his foot was facing south. But
Hey, try to babyface that injury.
He did,
though.
yeah.
He did try to
Big time.
babyface it a little bit.
It's not that bad.
Cramp up there. You know, sometimes that muscle.
Oh, no, a little cramp. He'll be fine. He'll be back in a couple series.
Do you know Tony?
Yeah.
Get along with Tony?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I've never met him. We only know him from, obviously, the Yeah, that's literally the only thing we know
And
of
a
him.
charity.
He's funny.
What an
He is funny.
What an
He's
animal,
funny as
dude.
hell.
He is his
Best.
own human.
Yeah.
He's his own human.
Yeah.
Tony. He's not budging for anybody.
No.
And he got broken off for
Big
it.
time.
Yeah, changed the game.
Congrats, Tony.
There you go, Tony.
He takes some shrapnel on the internet, though, don't he, AJ? He takes some heat.
I don't think Tony worries too much about that internet heat. I really don't. He feels like he's at the golf course all day.
I'm proud
He
of
is.
him if that's the case.
Cat cowing?
Hey, this dude's yeah.
Yeah, he was at the golf.
Dude, you're doing 36 holes a day for 3 weeks. Your back's going to get tight.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to stretch it out.
He had back issues his whole career.
How are you as a golfer?
I'm decent.
You're right,
I can probably. What are you? What's your handicap?
Nah, I don't know.
I'm like a 16 handicaps.
Damn. Okay.
I can play.
Okay.
Why'd you look like you?
Yeah, what are you looking at him like that?
I thought it was going to be lower. I thought it was going to be a lower handicap. I thought it was going to be a lower handicap.
Honest. What do you mean? He's honest and he's smart. Why would you tell him 5? Then you lose money.
You and Aaron doing the same stuff.
Son of a bitch.
I don't have one, bud.
No, me neither. Okay, when golfing at a golf course that needs not to be mentioned, especially on this particular program, it doesn't matter what the golf course is.
Nope.
I was asked that a lot of times, and I was like, just shooting, just making things up.
I don't know, 25.
Just making things up. You golf a lot. I see you out there. Like you commit to golf. You did at least. I don't know if you still are.
Yeah, I'm very committed. This season I ain't play as much as I normally play, but like that's my therapy. That's the first thing I like to do in the morning. Go hit balls, boom, 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 boom. Get your day started, and yeah, I play a lot though. I live on a golf course.
What's the best part of your game?
My short game.
Yeah, I assume because you're an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So like your hands.
Yep.
Yeah, I just started hitting my driver. Normally, I just got some. Shout out to PXG.
Hey, shout out PXG.
Yeah. Paul Parsons, legend,
man.
Clubs, love that
Shout
guy.
out.
So I'm hitting it pretty good though.
They gave me a 2-wood. It's my first time ever having a 2-wood. I'll tell you what. What's that, AJ?
What's the 2-wood? Like a.
All right.
It's in between.
This guy's a 12.
There's a 3-wood. There's a driver. 2-wood is like a baby driver.
Bingo. Yeah, bingo. It's exactly what
Something
it is.
You hit off the deck or you hit off the tee?
I hit it off fairway. I went fairway 2-wood.
Nice.
Solid the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, got a new club. Yep. Definitely par 5. Yeah. Didn't make. I mean, we're still battling.
Close, though.
We're still battling. But that thing, I put it after I hit it. I'm like, all right, got a new favorite club. This is awesome. Probably gonna use this off tee box like Foxy does, because Foxy uses it. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Next time I hit that thing, boy, I'll tell you what, that thing couldn't have went righter. I don't think it went righter. Because it doesn't matter the clubs. It is really the swing. I think the PXG clubs certainly helped me when I hit it. But there was just some terrible golf swings by me, Pac. Just terrible fucking golf swings where it did not matter if I was holding this pencil or a PXG club, which you're going to love, I think. I think you're going to enjoy them. Are you the same way?
That happens sometimes, yeah.
What about putting?
My putting is probably really good.
Oh, my God. You're so far ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little iffy off the box. That's why I like to keep that driver in the bag. Sometimes.
Wait till it's 2-wood. Wait till you see it's 2-wood.
Yeah.
Wait till you see it's 2-wood. Let's talk about the Giants now. Okay, we just chatted about Lamar Jackson. Sounds like what Mr. Jones had brought to the table here about maybe Atlanta going on. I'm assuming he's not the first person that said this. There's probably a lot of people that said it, but it hadn't entered our universe. That was great conceptual.
Yes.
That could take place today. We will find out here in the next 2.5 hours or so. Danny Dimes, they've been negotiating hard, AJ. They're going to get a deal done. He's going to get franchise tagged. If he doesn't get franchise tagged, gets a deal done, they're going to franchise tag Saquon Barkley. This is all allegedly. All eyes are on New York right now. AJ, all eyes are on New York.
I know. Shefty has tweeted just recently. They put in the chat that it's coming down to the wire. Correct? I guess with Daniel Jones, if they don't, they're going to try to get a deal done by 4 p.m. Eastern.
So if they're still hopeful, that means there's something this big, right?
Yep.
They got to be close. Then, yeah. There's one thing that they're hanging on, like one kind of word, like how the wording is of a guarantee here, or whatever it might be.
And this is chicken. Okay, everybody know the game chicken?
Of course.
Where you're standing in the road.
Yep.
Car coming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How long are we staying here for? Or driving at a car? Don't recommend this for anybody.
No.
Don't do it.
You both got to be driving. If you're, either way it works.
Don't do it. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it. Whatever the case, shouldn't be doing it. But this is what this is. And both of them are probably just parked on something and it's like, who's going to give? Who's gonna crack? That would be the only reason why they would be continuing to chat at this moment, I think, if our understanding of how these all go makes any sense at all.
Yeah, and it feels like Danny Dimes is probably going to TJ Watt this thing. You're telling me if I just take what they want, we get Saquon back too?
Did you hear about this, Pac-Man? TJ Watt was in negotiations with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were close. It was being reported. They're close. TJ Watt picks up his agent. Get the fuck, throws him out of the way.
Yep.
Goes in there after a workout, sweating. Mr. Rooney signs contract, walks back out. Threw his agent out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did.
Kicked in the door.
Deal done.
Threw his agent out of the way, kicked in the door.
Like his sack celebration.
Mm-hmm. This is all alleged.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all alleged.
Crazy.
If you're Dan Jones,
Then he paid for the door because
Yeah,
he's a nice
he did.
guy.
Yeah, and then he actually
Put it back in himself.
Yeah, he did that.
Yep.
That's what TJ Watt did to get a deal done. Are we going to see Danny Dimes do something similar? We shall see 2.5 hours.
if you are him though, and you need more money or you think you need more money, just say, hey, I'm going to rush for 150 yards a game.
Okay? Yeah.
Put that in my contract that I'm rushing for 150 to 200 yards a game, and you're going to get that.
Pac, how do you feel about the? I don't want to say the emergence because there's always been mobile quarterbacks, but it feels like corners have to tackle now a lot.
Oh yeah, well we had to tackle when I played.
AFC North, you say?
What defense you're in? AFC North, you got to tackle. It's the most physical division to me in football, and it's cold. As far as defensive wise,
cold as fuck. And the indoor facility wasn't there whenever you guys were playing in Cincinnati. Where are they, AJ?
Never heard of that one.
Nope, that's a Pac knows. You go and put on 15 coats and go to walkthrough on the game field.
I was telling them that, AJ, we used to have bum coats and have our helmets, and we still had to wear shoulder pads. So we had our shoulder pads. We out there with one of the gloves on. You can't even smash the ball. That's why I was so good at catching.
Oh, you got a. Oh,
man.
no.
He's got a claw.
That's forever. That's forever.
Forever.
What was that from? Tackle, block?
No, punt.
Oh, yeah, somebody got you.
Finger.
Oh, no.
Damn, that hurts.
Punter
That
got you.
hurts.
Yeah. You know, that happens when you play 14 years, AJ.
Oh, AJ.
does, Pac.
Yeah.
Corners.
I got a couple.
Show him.
Put them up, man,
Do it, Hawk.
Well, no, mine are good. I don't look.
Oh, Jesus!
Put the blur on.
What the hell?
Hey, isn't Pac the only guy? He's the only position player like that plays a position that came back with after he got his neck fused, right, Pac?
Yeah. Yep. Me.
Quarterbacks have done it.
Yeah, I'm the only cornerback, only defensive player that came back from C3, C4 neck surgery.
What year was that?
Hell yeah.
I had it in 12 or 13. Shit, do I got CT? 13?
Hold on. Listen. Are we allowed to laugh? I don't know if we're allowed.
We can laugh.
If you've had
Yeah, it's a
concussions,
good.
if you've had concussions, you're allowed to laugh.
Myself.
Yeah, we didn't make the joke.
No, dude. There's a new thing going on. Like,
Oh no, what is it?
Like guilty by association,
Talk about trigger
guilty
warning.
by laugh.
like, oh, you're using this
Sure.
to use that. Like, it is.
Sure.
But I've had a concussion,
So you can laugh at it, yeah.
so I'm allowed to.
Yep. I've had concussions.
I haven't.
I've had
It sounds like people lying right now. A lot of stolen
no,
valor
no,
happening.
no, I had
AJ
seizures.
can't laugh. AJ can't laugh.
I'm
at
not
it.
laughing.
AJ
No
never had a
concussions.
concussion. This guy never had a
Not
concussion.
one, AJ?
Yeah, he's lying. Thank you, Pac.
I got lucky, Pac. I got
No.
lucky.
That sounds very real. Let's talk about some things. Geno Smith signed a $105 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks yesterday.
Hey, Geno, get paid.
As a West Virginia quarterback, obviously making money long into his career. We are incredibly proud of Geno, happy for Geno. Geno obviously had an interesting road to get to this point. Very high regard. This guy was supposed to be a guy, had Jay-Z as an agent. This was like one of Jay-Z's first actual clients and representatives whenever he got into Rock Nation Sports and into the agency. Geno was a dog coming out of West Virginia. Had to find his way. Had some lumps. Went down a little bit. Had to travel around. Became a backup for a lot of incredible quarterbacks. And when he got an opportunity to do his thing this year, he fucking did. What an incredible story of perseverance, sticking with it, and getting paid. Congratulations, Geno Smith. We didn't know if this deal was going to get done because it sounded like it had been taking a long time. Ultimately, we're happy for Geno and good for Seattle, obviously, having their guy in their eyes.
Yeah, I saw Pete Carroll was quoted saying Geno really bet on himself in this contract because there's so many like incentives in this thing. So Pete said, hey, it's not only is it's a team friendly deal, but Geno bet on himself, meaning like, hey, this is awesome. This works out great for all of us. If he plays great, he gets a lot more money, but we're not on the hook for it if he doesn't.
How many guaranteed? 40?
40, yeah.
Hey, I bet you
Still
Geno's
really good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Geno's happy.
That's good.
Hell
news.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hell yeah.
What did he say?
It
They
works for
counted me
everybody.
out, but I wasn't listening.
No,
wrote
I didn't write back. They wrote me off. I didn't write back. Checks now, right?
What is it, like 2 years 20 then? 2 years 20 each year? Is
2
that-
years, 40, yeah.
I don't know, what's the signing bonus? Because then that cuts into it what it is.
Yeah, and with it being a 3-year deal, it really sets up perfectly for them taking quarterback at 5.
Yeah.
If they're assuming we're never going to be up here again, because we're still going to be
There is a
a great
quarterback
football team, and then Geno's out.
Anthony Richardson said him and Pete Carroll hit it off.
It's just a different vibe in there, he said.
Yep.
Just a different tone.
Great rapport.
We kind of match. And if you remember DK Metcalf and Pete Carroll's video came out, they really liked each other. That's a big deal up there. This Anthony Richardson guy. Hey, is he going to be available at 5? Is Anthony Richardson going to be available
He
at
might
5?
go number 1. Sounds like he's going number 1 overall with all the hype we have, and you watch him physically. The dude is an absolute freak.
Hey, how do you feel about Anthony Richardson? Pac-Man Jones?
I said that he performed unbelievable this week. We talked about
Yeah,
that.
you should have seen his face.
What
when
is this
AJ
guy's problem?
When AJ just said he might go 1 overall, I
don't know about one. Come on, AJ. 1 overall.
I don't know anything about him. I'm trying to figure. Honestly, I'm trying to gather information.
AJ sent me.
So that's the problem I have, AJ. Only thing we know is that he ran fast.
Jumped real
It really doesn't matter how high you jump as a quarterback. Last time I checked.
Yeah, but he had the spin and jump, no pass,
You
pump fake.
have no idea. Tebow jump throw.
Yeah,
remember?
right.
Tebow jump throw.
He did throw the ball pretty good, though. I give him that. He did throw the ball good.
Okay.
I don't
anything
know
else?
if the #1 pick, though.
Okay, hold on though. Whenever we talk about 6-yard flip,
Look how casual
Look at
this
the
was.
I mean,
in the
bucket.
bucket. Now AJ though, Ohio State grad. I've gotten a couple different texts from AJ going, for shoot. What do you think happens with Anthony Richardson? And I think it's because C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
He had one of the greatest combine performances of all time.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball, playing quarterback, doing football out of Ohio State is kind of not being chatted about that much. Like C.J. Stroud, but I think it's because we're all just assuming that C.J. Stroud's going to go 1 or 2. You know what I mean? So this is like kind of what happens whenever you get to that level where you're too good. You're not. C.J.'s still a guy. Hey, listen, we all believe we would be happy if C.J. ends up in Indianapolis, but at 4 where the Colts are. 5 where the Seahawks are, it's like, do we think Anthony Richardson's getting there? That is something. That's a real conversation piece with how the convos have been going about Anthony Richardson, AJ.
Well, what was the question I have? And I don't. It's because I don't have enough information on him. I didn't watch him play enough. What was the talk about Anthony Richardson before the combine, before he put up all these great numbers?
Do you know, Pac-Man? I saw you shake your head. Are you?
He wasn't that accurate. I'll tell you that.
Oh, jeez. That's what you asked Denny.
Denny Thompson.
All making sense.
It wasn't even specific towards his guy, but yeah, he did take it that way.
You did. While you asked him, and Denny's a fan of the program, and I've met him before. He 6 points quarterback training.
That's right.
Down there in Jacksonville. He is Anthony Richardson's coach. Has been since he was a freshman in high school. AJ asked him a question just like about training quarterbacks because he trains had Purdy last year. He's trained quarterbacks about accuracy, and he thought that AJ was asking about Anthony Richardson's accuracy, and he gave an incredible answer about them working on it and everything. So I immediately thought, AJ's taking a shot,
big time,
because C.J. Stroud in his guy, obviously.
Very accurate.
Oh, this guy, accuracy is his thing. So riddle me this: does accuracy matter in the NFL?
Denny.
Spoiler, it does. That's kind of
Yes,
what I
it
thought.
does.
And AJ did not know that, though, right? AJ, you actually did not know that was a conversation around him.
Yeah, honestly, I popped in my head of Mike Leach, who has honestly passed, RIP, great dude, great coach. He said, I can't coach accuracy, so I want to go recruit accurate quarterbacks, guys that go out there, no matter how strong it is, I can't coach them to throw the ball with accuracy.
Well, and you've talked about it before, though, especially in the draft. It's like, hey, look, maybe 9 teams don't love Anthony Richardson, but if that one team loves him, they will trade up to 1 to get him if they, think he's the guy.
What are you going to say here, Pac? It looks like you're doing some research.
Yeah, I'm saying we're talking about the first pick. The main thing about him and concerns in this draft is inaccuracy. Anytime that you're under 50, you're throwing 54% completions, that's a problem.
108th
That's
in the
a big problem,
108th in the country in drops if the tweet that I read was an accurate tweet.
That's what Denny said, too. Hey, the situation.
108th in the country in drops. That's a lot of drops.
Bad.
And you listen to Orlovsky. Orlovsky's like, who's he throwing it to?
Bingo.
And then we can start doing some math. Ryan Day, good coach?
I was going to say, I don't want to be the one to say it, but is it possible that Billy Napier's a big dumb?
Whoa!
Is it possible?
How dare you?
Absolutely.
Guy led the Raging Cajuns to multiple conference championships.
What does that have to do with being inaccurate?
Good question.
Good.
Huh?
Well, I guess not much.
Unless Billy's telling him what to do.
Yeah,
Billy might be
in his ear. Shit, throw Dex.
Hold on, though, real quick, though. To Pac's point, Billy did not deserve what you just.
I was just saying, some people are saying that. I don't, I'm not saying I believe it.
Billy's got a lot of work to do down there with that Florida Gators team. I mean, they almost got blanked.
Yeah, can't happen.
They could be wrong, Pat, because you know who else was really low and inaccurate?
Who?
Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
He was.
They could be wrong, but
he got better every single year.
He looked like a freak of an athlete like Josh.
Yeah, it sucks for Josh, though, because their window's closed already. So that's
what's your problem? Why Coach Frazier?
Yep.
You think so, too?
Thank you.
Are you an anti-Buffalo Bill because the Bengals?
Burrow and Mr. Mahomes.
Boom.
Mr.
Well, and Herbert, too. You love Herbert.
Let's not.
Why'd you do that?
What? I just was thinking about quarterbacks in the future. And I remember him saying
There was a clip that hit the internet from I Am Athlete, I believe, where Mr. Jones here gave his take on Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I believe.
I just said that he don't call out the line protection. He don't know who the mic is. And for a guy to be the quarterback, he need to be setting all of those protections. When I went and watched him this summer, he didn't do none of that. The center
Corey
did all
Lindsley,
of it.
the center's doing all that. Corey
Yeah.
Lindsley, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not being asked to. I guess you could say that. But they
Well,
had.
if you want to be one of the greats and you want us to be talking about you as top 3 quarterbacks or top 5, shit, you need to know who the mic is.
Agreed. Hey, valid
Well
points.
said.
Herbert, though, that's why they talk about the AFC because of how deep it is, and Herbert's always in that conversation. But the real convo is Mr. Mahomes, and then is it the Beals or is it the Bengals?
Yeah.
And it sounds like you have planted your allegiances in the city that you currently reside, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. But to your point about Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson both being freak athletes, remember Josh Allen's hands were huge, ran fast, had the ability to jump, throw the ball 80 yards if
Country
he
mile.
wanted to. His first year, not great.
No, bad.
Second year, a little bit better. Third year, a lot of better.
Yeah.
Fourth year, a lot of better. It's like the Beals were able to be patient, though, because if you remember, they cut Tyrod Taylor before they brought in Josh Allen. They made the playoffs.
Yeah,
Hadn't made the playoffs a long time. Cut Tyrod Taylor. Then Bean and McDermott just sat in the pocket like, no, this is our guy, this is our guy. Cam Newton becomes available before he goes to the Patriots. So still didn't know what Cam Newton was going to be or how he was going to be after that shoulder injury that happened on that tackle. We thought maybe he'd be a guy. We asked Brandon Bean, like, hey, are you thinking about signing Cam Newton because similar to Josh Allen? He goes, no. We are letting Josh Allen know that we are building all around Josh Allen. That has paid off for him.
Yeah.
So you're saying maybe take a little bit of time here, but it's going to be a while. There's going to be some growing pains, or you think there's a chance that Anthony Richardson drops in year one?
Dog.
Absolute dog.
It depends on where he go because, as you can see, when Josh first got there, they was trying to throw the ball. Then the second year, they started making him use his feet, and we'll throw here and there. Then when they pack the box, we'll go let him loose. I think if you go to the right offense, he can be explosive, but it's still going to take time.
No, because for Josh Allen too, like then you got Stephon Diggs and he was good, and it's like, hey, look, with Geno, that's the perfect situation. Like he can go to Seattle, no pressure at all. Let's learn the game, and then also you have DK Metcalf as your guy when you start playing for us.
CJ Stroud, I think. Bryce Young, how do you feel about that? 5'10".
Have it worked besides one person?
Who?
Let's not even talk about Arizona. Please.
Oh, why not?
What do you mean?
Don't even fucking think about
Sounds
it.
like we should.
Don't even think
sounds like we should.
about it.
We have to.
What was that? That came out of nowhere. Don't you even ask me about
5'10"
over here in the desert. Don't,
Obviously, Pac, we have to ask you. What's happening in
hey, what's
Arizona?
going on? What are your thoughts?
I've never seen someone have a clause in their contract when they have to watch film. That's crazy. That means he's just playing video games, or at least they know he's playing video games. But I don't know, man. I'm not trying to bash him or nothing.
Allegedly.
But like, it's different playing college ball and NFL ball. I don't know if he can see over the line. I don't know if he can't read the coverage. I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator or it's the coach. We done been through 2 coaches. I don't know what it is. He had a lot of great receivers over there with AJ and D-Hop before D-Hop want to get out of there. I don't know what it is. It can't be everybody else besides him. Like, I don't know. What else do? You
gave
go
him
and get
a lot
more
of money.
pieces?
Yeah, traded for Hollywood Brown too. Like
Right,
they did
Hollywood
have
Brown.
Chosen
Bobby
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah,
Chosen, thank you.
Chosen Anderson.
Please, have a little bit of respect.
change his name.
Well, he did change it to Robbie.
It's Chosen Robbie Anderson.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It went from
Oh, is Robbie the middle name now?
oh
Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie the middle name.
Oh, I thought we dropped Robbie.
me too.
Middle name.
I thought
Because it was Robbie with a Y, then Robbie with an IE,
Right.
and now Chosen Robbie.
Bottom.
he knows the process of changing the name.
He does.
He knows the
They're about
guys.
to cut his ass, too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Who's the coach out there?
That didn't work.
Shots, explosives, Gannon. Creativity.
Beast.
Right?
What's up, man?
You get it.
Explosive.
Yeah.
There's no reason that should have been leaked publicly.
No.
But I
Yeah,
love
who
that
put
it
that
did.
out?
Glad they
God.
did, though.
The Cardinals did
Right.
themselves.
There's no reason.
Cardinals did. Oh, congrats.
We should not have seen that. But since we did, now everybody on the air is like, oh, they hired Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's not what I'm saying. We're just saying this has been reported. This is me just
Reported, yeah.
observe and report of what has already been reported. That's on me.
In terms of the quarterbacks in the draft and everything we're talking about, don't you think everything's going to change too after Bryce Young's pro day and everyone's going to be on his tip because he's going to look amazing and he'll have, a couple of the Zach Wilson, like, off-platform throwing from the far hash. Like, that's absolutely going to happen, and he's going to probably be, like, for sure number one pick again. Like, aren't we kind of just waiting on that?
We know situations are situational.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
In all aspects. I think there's going to be some buildings that are just like, no. 5'10".
It's 204. He weighed in, 204 pounds. That's what I think they're worried about. Like, can he hold up?
Well, they said they said at 204 he's bigger than he normally is. Like that.
Yeah, it was being talked about. Is this what you're
like
going to
he
remain?
put on weight for the
At the end of the season. He'll be 185 by week 10.
All these things are not his fault.
No.
We'd like to let him know this is not his fault. This is not shots at him personally. But to your question, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing people are, and I think there's just going to be some places that
Tua's
are like,
not helping him either. Remember, Tua's whole thing was, can he
Exactly.
hold up? So that's not helping his case moving forward with Bryce Young and these other guys.
Agreed, completely agreed.
Yeah, Bryce didn't have as many serious injuries as Tua did in college, though.
Or
Like, he
any.
did.
Yeah, because he's Steph Curry.
Exactly. Well,
He's-
bingo.
Yeah,
He can
he
hit the
is
three
very
ball
elusive.
from 50 feet.
It ain't no Steph Curry at quarterback, though. They going to get to him eventually.
Well, no. They said he's Steph Curry of
Home run.
of football.
Superstar no matter what.
Who said that? Who coined that term?
Huh?
Some asshole.
Who originally started that thing?
I don't know. I feel bad for him there. That's tough.
Yeah, because forever he will be that guy.
Jesus Christ.
Was it Dano?
There was not Jesus Christ. I don't think Jesus Christ did it.
I was gonna say.
I don't think Dano. Maybe he quarterback.
Could've been Orlovsky.
But the whole thought of his talent is just so fucking immense that you don't have to worry about him being 5'10" is valid, I assume, to some people. Like, there's probably some GMs and coaches who have seen success before at that style, have thought, like, oh, we can get through it. We'll be able to figure it out. Our offense is elusive enough for the quarterback. He's not going to get killed. We're going to get the ball out of his hands quick, and it's going to be on time and everything. Just like McDaniel said with Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Just said the same thing. And then there's going to be some people that are just like, no, I will never have that happen in the men's league, which is not none of this is Bryce Young's fault. We're just saying, like, this is how the brains work of people that are making these types of decisions. That's a very real thing.
Yeah, move the sticks. Daniel Jeremiah, worst shot ever in this office. He actually did say, though.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. So, just so you know, Pac-Man, there is a president now with
Bad shots.
worst shot.
There is a president.
Yeah, and that's Daniel Jeremiah. He's the president of the bad shots. But he did say.
But he made one a bit long, too.
He did,
Long
yeah.
two, yeah.
Foot on the line. Yeah.
CFO Phil not thrilled that is money out of the company.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have been. I'm with Phil on this one, but he was able to, kind of retain information or recall information like that. Like he would get the playbook
works.
for the next week on Sunday, and he'd know by Monday.
Same with CJ.
Yeah, same with CJ.
Same with Anthony Richardson. I think we got a lot of big brains coming in the NFL. That's great news. That's the most important part of the entire quarterback position, I think, in the NFL.
Well, yeah, Bryce Young, that's never been a question. Like, he always, he checks all the boxes, but the only thing that people worry about is his height and his weight. So
Can
that's
he
all we have.
survive?
Yeah, does that stuff matter if he gets drafted by the Texans and they have a shitty O-line and he's getting beat up all the time and he misses 15 games in his first 3 years?
D'Amico's going to turn that place around.
He
What?
might. But it's
they also
probably going
got-
to take him
they
a
got-
couple years to do so. They stink.
How do you feel about D'Amico coaching all the new coaches? D'Amico down there. Who else? We got Gannon.
Brought in Matt Burke to be the D coordinator there, Pac. You know that?
He got. I seen that he got a lot of guys that play that's going there too. I like that. I was happy for D.
Just like MCDC up there in Detroit. A lot of ex-players up there. I enjoy whenever players are getting back into the game.
I couldn't do it.
No way.
No fucking way.
No way. The amount of time and effort you have to show, I ain't got it. I just ain't got it. Hey, we're going to do this. I don't want to do it. All right, well, fuck, don't.
Yeah.
All right, I don't. All right. It's like the teachers of the world, like, I have so much respect for the teachers. Like, they tell a kid, like, do something. The kid's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And they're like, no, we're going to do it. If it's not my child, it's going to be tough for me, I think, to be like,
All right, don't
all
fucking
right,
do it
well,
then.
fuck,
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, listen, you don't, like, the amount of effort you have to be in those positions, so admirable. But the NFL coaching one is not only that type of effort, also you just got to commit your entire being to it. It's bananas how it works.
I mean, you're right. It's like, okay, well, hey, you think you can come to little Petey's baseball game? Oh, when is it? Oh, it's 6 months from now. No, probably not. I can't go to anything. Like, just whatever it is. Guys make it work, but, man, it's such a – can you imagine if you committed to say – someone said, hey, I'm going to give you a contract. You sign a 1-year contract. You be an NFL coach for a full year. Like, can you imagine thinking, like, oh, man, like going in on Monday knowing, hey, this is I mean, it's a dream job, but just the commitment of time is what's crazy.
This is my life.
Yeah, the coaches don't get they get in at like 5 o'clock a.m.
Yeah.
They don't leave to 10 o'clock. Couldn't do it.
No, they sleep. Some of them just sleep there.
Yeah, some of them do, but like that's a long schedule, bro.
And you're just looking at like film, like.
And just stressed and worried. Oh, if we don't win a game, we're all getting fired.
Let me just chug as many energy drinks as possible.
Yeah.
Let me just eat as terribly as possible because the quick food that I'm able to eat, I got to eat that because
Can't be wasting time.
there's some third down film that I was going to watch from 1974.
right.
You should have seen this Packers defense, what they were able to do.
Ray Nitschke off the edge.
And with the way the game's going, right, with the way the game's going, we might need to bring some of that back. Like, that's the way coaches think. And then they'll watch 10 hours of film and not be able to take anything from it. And it's like, all right, well, what's the next project? All right, let's go to the 80s, I think, had. And then it's like they're in anything to get an edge. And it's like Bill Belichick just dunked on people for 20 years.
Yeah.
Think about all these coaches just doing that for 20 years. Bill was able to do that. Commitment to the game, bananas.
Yeah, pulling it, from way back. And I mean, Carroll's another guy now that's going to be doing it for 20 plus years. But AJ was just with one of these guys. I mean, Schlegel had to do that in Jacksonville when he was dealing with finger guns.
Yeah, he was straight.
Allegedly.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Allegedly.
Well, no. We saw
Video
it.
surveillance.
There was pictures.
He allegedly put the poop fingers in his mouth and then smelt it to see what it was like.
Did not hear that. Did
I
not hear that.
read
That
it.
is not
That's
true.
why I said allegedly.
That is not true.
Read it on the internet.
Definitely
There's one guy that read that Daily Wire report about
didn't
our
see
lawsuit and was like, bam.
Yep.
We like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was.
Gotcha.
I would assume that was the case. Let's go to the phones and let's take another break. And an hour 3 is going to be electrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Had a lot of people telling me that Aaron Rodgers is coming on today.
What? Let's go.
Yeah, Aaron did not tell me that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He got permission to do stuff, huh?
Yeah, so I heard that he was talking to the Jets just yesterday. Trey Wingo reported that news, that he was talking to, and then the Jets athletic reporter confirmed it. My sources are telling me that Aaron did talk to the Jets yesterday. Then this morning we wake up, and all of a sudden the Packers have given permission to Aaron Rodgers to seek a trade or figure out a trade with the New York Jets. What do you know, AJ? What do you know?
I don't know anything. I don't. That's news to me that the Packers gave him permission. What does that even mean?
So I think it means like, hey, if you guys can figure out a trade, let's go ahead and do this thing. Or
If they were already talking, he already had to have permission, right? If they were talking yesterday.
So I think that's why it was a big news that they had to report it this morning, because I don't think they were allowed to be talking probably yesterday
Right.
when Trey Wingo reported. I think.
Tampering. It would be tampering.
Exactly. I think it was Andrew Brandt said that, it would be tampering if they hadn't already given him permission to do so. But in order to give them permission to do so, that would mean that they have already talked about compensation and come to like an agreement on what compensation for a potential trade would look
For the
like.
Packers and the Jets.
Correct.
Got it. And then obviously the financial compensation, how that'll work out. Aaron has already said that he would restructure his contract, which takes us back to our original point. What do you know, AJ?
Come on, just tell us.
Come on.
Cat's out of
No,
the bag.
I don't know anything on this front. I mean, it seems like every year at this time, something like this is coming up, and you guys think I know all this stuff.
And we have
I
come
don't know
to find
anything
out.
right now. I don't think anybody knows anything.
Well, we know he's talking to the Jets.
We're going to watch
Do the
his
Packers
words.
want him back? That's my question. Like, how bad do the Packers want him back?
Well, they just said you can go ahead
Yeah,
and
it feels like
talk
it.
to the Jets. So is that an indicator?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
Definitely.
Or is it like, hey, go explore, but we want you home. We want you to come home, but you can go explore a little bit and see what's up.
Go ahead, hon. Take some dates and then
Yeah.
realize how good you got it. Is
Yeah.
that what the
it
Packers
is?
are doing?
I don't know.
Is that what the Packers?
Go touch some penis. Come back. See what you like there.
It's a movie,
Is
right?
that
Isn't
what
it a movie?
Hall pass.
I don't know.
There you go.
I'm not 100% sure.
movie. She said
It was
it's
a cruise, I think, from what I heard.
Yeah,
but
that too.
The whole.
Go through the drive-through, don't buy nothing.
How do you feel about the Aaron Rodgers saga in the situation? Do you think the Jets are the right team for him, Pack?
I can tell you this. I know every Jet fan in the world would be so disappointed if he don't go there.
If he wasn't the quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, like Greenberg on obviously Get Up. Ever since the first
Oh, yeah.
even conversation about him maybe being a Jet. Welcome, good morning,
exactly.
Get Up here. The Jets got a new quarterback. Will Aaron be taking a bite out of the Big Apple is what he said this morning. It was like, I'm fucking pumped for Greeny, dude. Greeny's been waiting. And what an interesting thing, because like Packers fans, now not all of them, obviously, but the vocal minority we'd assume it would be, but maybe the vocal majority, who knows, they're like sick of the Aaron stuff. And then like the Jets fans, who are a notoriously miserable bunch,
Oh, yeah.
are like open like, we need you.
Yeah, bad.
Come on, dude. Like, if you're a human, that is Aaron Rodgers. And although he stays removed from all of this stuff.
Yep.
What a couple different experiences this has to be, just like feeling, and does he want to play still? Like, that's all
Yeah,
still
that's still
in
a
play,
question, right?
I guess. So it's interesting. If he's able to seek a trade, though, that would mean that he's decided he wants to play?
Right.
Yes.
I know nothing.
I don't know.
I know nothing.
Maybe not, though. Or, I mean, I would assume you could sit there and seek a trade, talk to the Packers, talk to all these other teams, and then still be like, nah, I think I'm good.
True.
Okay. So I'm please know that when I'm speaking, I don't know shit. This guy does
Same
that.
here.
He does.
Yeah,
Same
but
here.
that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not as if he was thinking, like, okay, I'm playing for the Packers or I'm retiring, and then the Packers tell him, like, hey, you can seek a trade, and then he's going to go talk to the Jets. Like, that doesn't make sense. It's not like he's looking for a new contract. And at the end of the day, Aaron would go to the Jets because he'd probably get an NFT from Gary Vee about, the possibility of,
Sweet.
Listen, if the opportunistic or optimistic possum pops
Boom.
up,
Yep.
I mean, that's certainly not a bad little sales piece if you're the Jets on kind of courting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Pac, whenever you played, did you play against Aaron?
Yeah.
Different than anybody else?
Different.
How come?
I always say he can throw the ball anywhere. It's a snap of a finger. As far as throwing the ball, I haven't seen nobody that's better than Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's kind of
throwing the ball.
I think that's conversation, like best
Yeah.
thrower.
That
of-
release, that super quick release and everything,
Yes.
the touch he can use.
But it's different though in your eyes as
Yeah,
a man
it's
who played
way
14.
different than playing a Tom Brady. Different than playing a lot of different quarterbacks because he can get the ball there. You can't be late. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, got you. He can expose you quickly.
Real quick. Like if you get beat off the line, to me that's one of his best ball. That little quick fade or back fade, he throw that ball right on the
Who's
money
over there?
every
Garrett
time.
Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Brees
Hall's coming
Barrios.
back. He's a monster.
Yeah, he was a monster. He was going to win rookie.
Uzama.
Corey Davis, maybe.
Yeah, he's going LaFleur.
They have
to
young
LaFleur,
studs.
too.
Yeah, this is like the perfect setup where you got
still have
young
Zach Wilson.
You got a young roster that's very talented. You can afford to pay
Yes, you can.
the veteran quarterback and kind of go in and do your thing. Once quarterback has to get paid, and once all these guys, Sauce is a guy.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl is a rookie.
Defense is unreal.
Defense
Sauce is
one-
real, yeah.
Rookie.
Mosley's there. Yeah, they got a
He
good
was
squad,
very good
man.
this
They
year.
really do.
So all those guys are going to get paid though at some point, and then you won't be able to afford, or the quarterback will get paid, and you won't be able to afford. This is like they're in a sweet spot right now almost. That's why
Yes.
the Jets make sense. They're the only team that we've heard publicly, right,
Yeah.
from the Packers,
Yep.
because of conversation. Maybe the Raiders. Oh, well, the Panthers want to get Miami. Will they want to get involved? Maybe.
They have to be so motivated. The more you think about the Jets, then you go down their roster, defense and offense. They have. You're right, man. Like, yeah, I bet they are going after him hard.
All right, we'll talk more about that in the third hour. Let's go to a couple phone calls here on the 5 Energy phone line. Let's go to Josh in Florida. A Florida man has called the show on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Josh?
Hey, boys, enjoying a nice cold Bud Light here.
It's a little early, but do what you got to do. All right.
Hey, that's all right, man. It's Florida. We're good.
Yeah, you're right.
Shout out to Billy Toots keeping all us clowns in line on YouTube. I appreciate you, man. Can't wait to watch the True Crime documentary on you in the future, Billy. You're the man.
Okay, this guy knows the show.
you
All
got-
right, Bill's turned, by the way. We're not 100% sure if the True Crime doc is still going to happen. We got a brand new Bill the last few weeks.
That's right.
It's been a great Bill, AJ. Wait till you see this Bill. This is a great. Good tan right now?
Yeah.
I don't
Tan.
know.
He's got a good. Oh, do you got a little vacation?
No, he went golfing for 7 hours at a public golf course. Played 9 holes. Anyways.
He works
Pipe
out
and
6
drive.
times.
Yeah,
a
hit
day.
it 280.
Yeah, he's working out like 2-3 times a day. He's taking photos. He's editing photos. He's clipping. Bill is on it right now. I mean, he is absolutely crushing it. So I understand what you're saying. This is a new Bill, though. Anyway, what do you want to talk about, Josh?
Yeah, man, I was actually calling. You got Pac-Man, the legendary Pac-Man in the studio there, and it was no doubt Pac-Man was electric at football, right? Let's talk about some of his in-ring work. Can we expect to see Pac-Man back in a wrestling ring in the future?
Oh,
Think he could
yeah.
either be a mystery partner or enforcer for Pat?
Oh,
go back and get
great
bum-ass
idea.
Corbin or Austin Theory another ass whooping?
Whoa.
Maybe a squad. What do you think?
Josh, great question. Good point. I forgot about that. Well, you were tag team champion at Impact?
TNA, yeah.
Let's go. dude. You enjoyed that?
I enjoyed it, man. Me and Ron Killings, The Truth.
R-Truth, yeah.
R-Truth. We had a good little time. Man, when I first got into it, I didn't know how, what's the word I'm looking for? How physical and
hurt.
You got to be in shape, bro.
Yes.
Even though it's kind of planned, but you got to be in shape.
Yes.
And I found that out the first match I had. I don't know if I was just nervous as hell.
Gassed?
I was just tired.
You were gassed, huh?
Yeah, I was gassed. but-
Yeah. So that's my thing too. Like a lot of people ask me, like, "Hey, when are you getting back in the ring? When are you getting back in the ring?" It's like, It takes a lot to get in shape. These professional wrestlers that you watch,
yes,
incredibly impressive.
Yes.
Their cardio, the physicality that they have to, because the bumps are real too. Let's not get crazy.
Yes.
Body hurts when that thing's going. It's like, when do I have time to get into enough shape? I haven't been able to find it yet. You're 100% right. I'm happy to hear that from you, because you're like one of the greatest athletes of all time and former champion out there.
Yes, sir.
What a dog, dude. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
Still a fan? Always been a fan, or what was the case?
Still a fan. Always been a fan. Had a chance to wrestle against Sting, which was like my childhood favorite. So yeah, that was a big bucket.
Did you eat a stinger splash?
Yeah.
And fly?
Scorpion death.
Yeah, I did get a stinger splash.
Look at you. How'd you sell? You big. Oh,
yeah.
He's dead. All right, let's get to a break. Great question from Josh there. We'll be back in the third hour. A lot of shit popping off here. We are 2 hours away from the franchise tag deadline. All eyes in Baltimore and New York. Excited to see how it all unfolds. We'll be right here. Plus more phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-432-3663. Be a friend, tell a friend. Take 5. The word dream is a powerful one. I'm not talking about at night when you sleep. I'm talking about the second definition of the word. A dream is normally how people choose to describe something that others don't think is possible. I've had big dreams my whole life. From making it to the NFL, to help my family out financially, to selling out theaters for stand-up, to having a talk show that the world watches. I've accomplished a lot of bucket list things in my 34 years on this glorious planet, except for the thing that I've been dreaming about the longest.
There was a point in my life where all I could think about doing was professional wrestling.
Long before I ever kicked a football, I dreamt of being a WWE superstar and being a part of the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Here's me power bombing and rock bottoming, flying Ryan when I was just a young, stubborn baby boomstick. I know a lot of people can say they dreamt of being WWE superstars when they were kids, especially during the Attitude Era when I grew up, but most kids moved on from that passion. I never did. It was always my plan if football didn't work or when football stopped. You can literally ask anybody that's ever been around me at any stage of my life. Here's me at the age of 20, wrestling War Pig's big ass at an IWA East Coast show in Charleston, West Virginia. A month after that sweet victory, I was drafted to the NFL. Everybody assumed that would bury the wrestling dream, but we all know that's not possible with actual dreams, right? I watched every show, every week, and would go to every WWE show that came to Indianapolis while I was an Indianapolis Colt. I'd go to indie shows and be wildly jealous of the ladies and dudes that were able to wrestle and put on shows with zero risk of breaking anything and jeopardizing an entire career that's taking care of a whole family. I even bought a full-size wrestling ring and had it built in my barn so I could at least experience what life would have been like if I wasn't grossly overpaid to kick balls, but rather bumping for a living. I even got fined by my team for posting about my WWE dreams. And when I retired at the age of 29 after another Pro Bowl season in my prime, I called Rip Rodgers and I started training. Hi, my name is Pat McAfee. Ever since I was a child, all I wanted to do was become a professional wrestler. I had zero offers, zero interest from any wrestling promotions, but I also knew I had zero contracts telling me I wasn't allowed to become a stud in this ring anymore. I was preparing myself for when the opportunity inevitably came. My business started booming, and yet again, my lifelong dream would have to play second fiddle to making a living for me and my people. And then I got a call from Michael Cole.
Well, nonetheless, as of February 1st, Pat McAfee is officially a contributor with WWE.
When he asked me to join the panel for NXT TakeOver pre-shows 4 years ago, I thought it was finally going to be my chance to prove that I belonged in the sports entertainment universe. I'll take any job. Just let me in the fucking door. I cherished every opportunity. I treated every show like it was my last and my first. I wanted to impress everybody so that one day, maybe, just maybe I'd get the chance to step into the sacred squared circle.
Everybody that says like I'm an outsider, like that, it's like, yo, I've been sitting on these kickoff shows for years, like asking, like, is there any way I could potentially? I think I'm supposed to be in there. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
Then that scumbag Adam Cole did what he did, and that led to my first WWE match. It felt like I was right back in my barn. I had fantasized of that opportunity millions of times in my life.
But Pat grew up dreaming of being a WWE superstar.
I guess I lost, but one-on-one, 17 minutes, no crowd, no gimmicks, just wrestling. Then I'd be offered the prestigious honor and opportunity to be a part of a main event at an NXT TakeOver. War Games! War Games! I took immense pride in having respect for the business in the process while also wanting to steal the damn show.
The show has arrived.
For no other reason than I had to find out whether or not my intuition was right or wrong all along. I loved every single moment of the build-up and every single moment of the match. Even flat backing from the top of the steel cage. This morning, couldn't really get out of bed, couldn't move much, couldn't walk. When I was asked to be a commentator on SmackDown, I couldn't have said yes quicker.
McAfee.
And for 44 of the last 48 weeks, I've paid for my own plane to get me to SmackDown while running my business, running my show, and to be completely transparent, I've lost money in doing so, but there's something about keeping a promise to yourself. There's something about chasing a dream.
I'd like to offer you an opportunity to actually wrestle at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania 38, the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. I get to live out a dream.
It'd be a dream, boss.
But don't get this shit twisted. I've been preparing for this my entire life. I've wrestled at WrestleMania in my mind millions of times. And this dream, hopefully, inspires others to have the same damn one. But what is it about Tom that last night everybody on earth watching was like, he's gonna fucking score here. This game's over for the Saints. Sorry about it, even though there's little to no time left.
He's the clutchest performer of all time. I mean, I think that's neither here nor there. He prepares so well throughout the week.
More clutch than Adam Vinatieri?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you have to put him there,
He's
right?
had so many more moments.
So many more moments, right?
Like Vinny's
and answered every time.
Yeah, he's had, not every time. I guess that one time.
And against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's so hard because Vinny's answered every time.
Vinatieri's clutchness comes from his competitive juices. Like, Vinatieri is so competitive. So competitive. He does not want to lose. And I don't think people fully comprehend, like, the people up there, the Jordans, you already saw his whole Last Dance. The Peyton Mannings, the Wayne Gretzky's, Serena Williams's. Kobe, yes. The Mamba mentality. It's described as the Mamba mentality. What that is just being more competitive than fucking everybody else. I think it all revolves around the competitive juices. Is that what you think it is with Tom, or no?
I think it's a little bit of that, but also same thing, going back to Kobe, right? Like whenever if you guys saw that Redeem Team or whatever on Netflix, and they're all going out and having a good time at the club or whatever, and he's shooting shots at like 6 a.m. and they pass him coming in the night before. That is Tom. Like they are so prepared. They care so much. They want to work on every little detail that when it comes to the game, when it comes to those situations, they have no excuse because execution is the only thing that matters. They have all the answers to the test.
Hey,
what?
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Shut the fuck up!
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. That's Bill. This is hour 3 of Pac-Man, Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. Now we go.
The tag!
was a little different. Bill's handsome ass just getting a shot in there, and
Yeah,
why
he's
it was
kinda
hard
threw
not to
everything on.
address Bill and how good he looks. That man right there in that black jacket that's taking photos, old Billy Picks, he squatted 650 pounds yesterday.
What?
That's
Yep.
right. Bench press. Yeah, he did 225 39 times. They said Voorhees did it 38 times with a torn ACL. This guy did it 225 pounds 39 times yesterday.
In the
Craziest thing
Hawk
I've ever seen.
In the Hawk House?
In the Hawk House.
Or that new gym that he joined because the Hawk House doesn't have enough equipment for Bill's muscles.
So Bill works out here and at another gym. I was told from Bill that he felt awkward coming in here at night when he needs to get that second or third workout in.
come on,
So he
Bill.
went to a 24-hour place, I believe. Right? Isn't that a 24-hour place? The video that just got ran here about WrestleMania season and wrestling, Rip Rodgers actually works out at Bailey McComas' gym.
Oh, that
So
explains a
Bill and Rip at the same gym. Those weights are so fucked, dude.
Oh, my God.
So fucked, dude.
Bill said too, like any place that's 24 hours is a great spot for victims. I mean, you can get people coming in and out at any
This is
time.
new Bill.
Target-rich environment.
Oh, yeah. It's not new Bill till we
And
go
he's-
through that camera roll and see what else he's taking.
He said he had to
photos of.
lift because all of his victims were getting away too easily. So he had to get
Jeffrey
more
Dahmer?
strength.
All right,
Yeah, you got
okay.
fucking
All right.
hold on to him.
Bill,
Hey,
Bill,
that's
you
all right. Some
deserve it,
self-scout,
Bill.
Bill. Good self-scout.
Yeah, smart.
Bill, this is all bullshit.
Ignore these guys, Bill.
Allegedly. Look,
These guys. What are you talking about? I see you
I
plotting
have
underneath the table.
never or would never.
Pac likes it. Pac agrees. He was only done the guy for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
that guy would kill people, right?
Talks and Tables here at Boston Corner at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. Pac-Man Jones is here. And Baby Pac.
What about Bill driver tire?
What's that?
Tell me about this.
What's that?
What's that?
I think he's curious as to how we got to Bill murdering people and cutting throats.
Okay, so that's
Good
AJ
question.
Hawk right there. Great question out of you. Honestly, I don't know. So,
Did you see him?
yeah.
Did you get a good look at him?
His view, the way he looks, certainly does feed into a potential story or two that you could think of in your mind. He's from, I want to say the place. He's from a place in Indiana that is
Only
like,
one.
I'm sure there's some stories that have come out of there that are not
Like
the greatest.
serial killers or just like what? Like serial killers come from there?
Mixture.
You do some history on old Indiana.
psychopath.
They got a spotted past, if you will.
You could do your own history. And then there was this one time where Bill, I thought it was somebody else's. Nick told me to go get something out of his backpack.
Yep.
And I went into a backpack. It was not.
There's a head.
Nick's.
What?
No, it was
couple
just like,
fingies.
it was like
Like 10 knives.
Yeah, it was a throw. He had ninja stars in
Yep,
there.
2
Had a couple
Glocks,
knives and a couple.
Human ears.
I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
What is going on here? And then obviously everybody kind of took that and has kind of run with it. And Bill has never, ever really said, guys, that's not true.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, there was that one time in Orlando during fight week where he was like, hey, I think it'd be funny if I took these photos and I was standing behind AJ Hawk and you guys would take them for me and I'd just be looking at him. Yeah, lurking with a knife in his hand.
This is a new Bill, though. You met a new Bill. This is a brand new Bill.
That's right.
I don't know that Bill y'all talking about.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Bingo. That's what I'm talking, man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bill I met was a great dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy. Had a
He
big
is.
Bill.
He is.
He is.
Bill, you hear this?
Yeah,
how he lured you in.
serial killers are personable. We're not saying he's a bad
No, I've
dude.
been seeing a lot of docs. They're not. They're personable to people who are like, you know what I mean?
Bundy.
Psychopaths are very good at ingratiating themselves with people.
Correct.
and
Yeah,
letting
you
them
would
feel
know.
Like, hey, we're all on the same team here, guys.
What did I watch? I watched something on some psychopath.
I wouldn't know, Con man.
Alex Murdaugh.
Maybe.
Oh,
Have you seen
yeah.
this Murdoch stuff? Have you watched
Yes,
it?
I have seen it.
Fuck.
Did you watch the
Think you
documentary
did
on Netflix or HBO?
Netflix.
Hey, that family's been doing some shit for a long time.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. And to know that's real.
That's what I'm saying. It's a movie.
Yeah.
That's like out of a movie character. Like, okay, there's going to be this family. That's going to be all the lawyers basically in this one town
And
for
whack everybody.
4 generations. And I think if you start piecing it together, the HBO one dove into his finances a little bit more. So I guess what he would do, and correct me if I'm wrong, Zita, or anybody else that watched both of them, he would represent people that die. But he would represent people that would die and didn't have a lot of family. So then he would get their money, and then he would just take their money.
A lot against the state or whatever, so he would just collect on it.
Claim. And I think that's probably how they, for a long...
They basically said he got super greedy when he did it, the housekeeper.
To Gloria, to Miss
because
Gloria.
He had she had 3 kids or 2 kids, and they still had no fucking idea. He stole $4 million.
So I'm fascinated by it all because in the murder case that he's currently being looked at for his wife and his kid...
Convicted.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. Convicted of... it was a lot of consequential, like circumstantial type stuff, or circumstantial type stuff. Like he was here, he turned off his phone at this time, he did this.
Dog video.
It felt like a lot of
the
people.
one video.
The TikTok video?
The dog, yeah.
That's what got him. That's what it got him at the scene, yeah.
But I'm saying it felt like there was a lot of people in that town that were like, finally, we fucking got this family. And they killed a couple members themselves.
Why did they die? Why did his wife and son have to die?
Probably insurance stuff, right?
Yeah. She wanted a divorce they were talking about, and also, he was.
It was his whole financial ruin. Like, he was embarrassed because his whole, everything of what they built up was crumbling down financially. So I'm like, well, all right, well, I don't know.
Yeah, he got
I don't know how that happened.
What else you watch? What else you watch? You watch documentaries? You watch shows like Last of Us? You watch The Last of Us?
I like what's that new show? I watch. Of course, I watch a little different than what y'all watch.
Whoa! What are you talking about?
Y'all watching BMF?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
What's our new show? Godfather of Harlem. That's probably one.
Okay,
of the
I think I've watched that
shows
one. Is it
right
new
now.
or is it old?
It's kind of new and old. They got a new season out, but we
Oh, it's a show.
It started a little
binged
bit.
on it, and that's probably
Which platform?
It's on everything.
Okay.
We watched it on Netflix, right? Epic.
His lady, by the way, is standing on the other side of the court. They've been together 16 years. Hey, let's go.
How about it? A long time.
Hey, she's badass too. I've seen her. I've seen her both from afar and in real life. Badass of a human there.
Yeah, she is. It's my security.
Yeah.
How many kids you guys?
Well, we have 3, and then we have 4 that we took over from my best friend. But it's 7. We're 7 deep.
Chris Henry, obviously West Virginia teammate, best friend of Pac-Man, passes away. Adam says, I'm going to look after the kids, and actually did.
Yeah.
Not just like something public statement, actually did. And we got some, hey, hold on. So, Saney Hicks, 15 D1 offers.
Damn.
Basketball player, girl, daughter of Chris Henry, Slim, and then Chris Jr., another dog, right?
Dog. Yeah, #1 player in the country in his age group, number 5 overall.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's one of both of them, actually. You know, when you walk in the room and that kid just sticks out to you, they those type of kids.
How many years now? When did Chris pass? What year? Do we remember what year?
Yeah, it's been, I don't want to get this wrong. What is this, 2013?
No, it's a memory you probably don't try to think about. So if you get it wrong, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't want to say the exact year, but I've had the kids for 2.5 years now.
2.5? Yeah. How's it been, man? Is it crazy? Is it something like that's a lot of people say they're going to do that. A lot of honorable stuff. A lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that." To actually do it and pick up and then have success, obviously, is a big deal. You should be commended for that. Hey, you're a good dude.
2009 it was.
2009,
Yeah,
got it.
Memory. But yeah, man, it's been good. You know, you don't.
You got to
think
speak
about,
into the fucking microphone.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't think about the food and all of that when you make these decisions. But fuck, you know. Besides that, man, I love every bit of it. I love the food too. I'm just joking about that, but like in our house, we laugh together, we cry together. You know, it's almost like this. It's a joy to be in. It's a pleasure to work in. So you know, you're gonna have your ups and downs when you got to get on them. But for the most part, man, they're very good kids, and my kids myself are pretty good.
Yeah, Chris, though, I don't think a lot of people got to know him because obviously his life was cut far too short, and it was before like Twitter, social. Dog, what did he run, 4.32?
Yeah, he was a dog.
Yeah, he was unbelievable at football for the Bengals for a long time.
And we didn't get to see all of it, but like the times I had with him going against him every day made me the player that I was. I give him a lot of credit for me being the first defensive player picked because it was some battles. Like we would fight in practice, you know, because I would take practice like the game. Everywhere I go, anybody know me? Now, I might give you 1 or 2 days out the month that I'm going to let you get a pass. But if I feel like you're doing too much in practice, I'm going to start playing for real. And that means, like, I'm going to start tackling. I'm going to start swiping the ball. Like, you don't really want to get me in game mode. But I've always took practice like the game does.
Well, AJ, I assume the same thing. That whole team, it sounds like, was a bunch of dogs over there, huh?
Yeah, that was a fun defense to step into, and Pac's right. Yeah, Pac would hold everybody accountable, so everybody kind of knew. I think he even held the coaches accountable at times, like with how Pac would practice.
Hey, that's a massive compliment. Look at you.
Yeah,
Look at you.
appreciate
Yeah.
Look at you. I also heard I was on a Zoom call. People were talking about you a little bit from your West Virginia days. There was a chance a fight was going to happen before every single game, too. You're not scared to. Let's see if we can rattle this guy a little bit here before the game starts. I like that. Little chess. You're playing a little chess out there.
I used to look at the thing we get before the game. They got the player faces.
The magazine almost.
They got the player's face
Scout.
and name and everything. Because when I'm watching film, I never listen to it, never look at, like, I wasn't an ESPN guy, so I would just watch the film and see who guarded me, what number they were, but I would never just look them up and see how good they was or who I was guarding. And I would look up the players and like, this a starter right here. He play running back. He don't look like he really want no smoke. Hey, y'all, we're going to mess with him before the game. And it was just all a mental thing to me. Like, man, if I could get him chirping before the game, and I know he's really not a chirper, I got him. Yeah. And it worked in a lot of situations.
Did you talk in the NFL a lot?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, the play in Miami changed my life, bro, with Kevin Winslow. He couldn't take it.
Kevin Winslow?
Yeah, I was on him, I'm talking about from we got off the bus. I'm talking about from the time we got off the bus to the end of the game. I said a lot of bad things to him, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like you're one of the top shit talkers in the history of the game, or what? Or does that not get talked about?
I think Vontez Burfict is number one.
CJ GJ's gotten like three people to swing at him in games.
Jalen Ramsey got AJ Green, actually.
Yeah, Ramsey up there.
Vontez will get the whole team against him, though. Vontez could get the whole team against him and the refs. Like, it was
and the refs. And the refs. Cortland Finnegan?
They tackled him a few times.
Cortland
Finnegan. He
Finnegan.
got ripped off.
That's crazy because I had Finnegan when I was in Tennessee. And, basically he was a later round pick, but Finnegan didn't have that dog in him. And I used to tell him, I'm like, bro, you got to start acting like you don't care about these people. But he's like, no, Pac, I'm not like that. And, bro,
he turned.
It flipped the switch. And, yeah, he became.
Me and Cortland would talk to each other before games. It was awesome. I enjoyed it all. I don't know if he was. It was an incredible give and take situation. They actually have us mic'd up for a game. I don't know if he was mic'd up or somebody was around, but a clip made it out. That's me and Cortland in the background chirping at each other or whatever. He was awesome. Then obviously everybody remembers when he and Andre Johnson got into it, and Andre was swinging uppercuts. Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's like the goal though. That's like the goal of the shit talk on the field.
What? Nah.
Not to get beat up.
My goal is not to get punched because I don't expect nobody to punch me because I'm not gonna punch nobody. Now, you can say whatever you want to say because that's a part of the game. If I tell you, hey, Pac, your hair look like shit today, you can't get mad at me because I said your hair look like shit. You can tell me my hair look like shit.
Agreed.
I shouldn't try to chip you on a bad shot or a bad play or something.
Hair looks cool.
Yeah, your hair look really good.
No, your hair looks cool. We're talking about your hair.
Yours do too.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That was good.
Me next.
See what
Me
we
next.
just did. No, but you're saying it was just, hey, this is just part of the game.
Yes,
this is
you
just
gotta be able to
mental
handle
warfare
that,
out
man.
here.
You got to be able to handle that.
Not everybody talks. You talked, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing-
Even when I
nothing
get beat,
personal.
I talk. When you beat me, I still, man, you still sorry as hell. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you the next play.
Go ahead,
I was going to say, we were just talking about, like, in the division, you and Hines go back and forth talking?
No, I wasn't really in that Hines era. I was more
After it.
AB.
Sant.
Nice.
Me and
Sant was a
AB,
little after.
we had our times, but me and AB was more friends. So that's one guy that I did not like playing against.
Cuts, right? Stupid?
Yeah, he was crazy. Like, when people talk about crazy work, regardless of how it ended with all the stuff, I'm talking about as a football player, AB, boy, I'm talking about. I've played against a lot of players.
Yeah, who would you put in like a top? I
would-
don't want to
top
force you to
five.
do a
I'll
top
tell
anything.
you right now. I'll tell you. Randy Moss, number one.
Hell yeah.
How come? Just
I'm saying you couldn't nobody guard Randy one-on-one. Like, you need to help regardless of what you're saying. Like, he had deer speed and he was 6'6", whatever he is. Number two, I would say
Randy was a dog too.
So
Randy was a
good.
dog.
Yeah.
I would say T.O. number two.
Just because he's a physical specimen, or what?
Yeah, and it was hard to really grab him one-on-one. AB will be my three. This is gonna mess y'all up. Odell Beckham.
No, I don't think so.
Before he hurt his knee,
Yeah.
I've never seen. He was crazy work.
What was it? Just his in and out or speed? Or?
In and out, speed. Like, maybe because I caught him a little at the end of my career. But
Oh,
yeah.
you should have been safety at that time.
Yeah, true.
That's what,
You should have
that's what a lot of
moved.
people
I
were
should have
saying.
moved at that time. But, like, yeah, he was crazy work. He was crazy work. And my number 5.
Jordy.
Calvin
Who?
Johnson.
Jordy Nelson.
Oh, I miss Calvin. Oh, Calvin would go 2. T.O. would go 3, and I would just bump it down like that. And then put Calvin. Calvin would definitely have to be 2.
Did you play against Calvin, or
Yeah.
you're just saying from watching? You did play.
Yeah, I played against him. He posterized me one time. I got this picture like, oh.
Yeah. What about this thing that people used to put like punt coverage on him?
Yeah.
Like gunner blocks on him. 2 people lined right next to each bracket coverage.
Every
on a
time
wide
we
receiver.
played against him, we would have 3 guys on him. Like, we're going to lock down everything else. Y'all going to have to check him. It worked out for us as far as game-wise, but the last time he played, before he retired, we played him in Detroit. He posterized us pretty good on that one.
What were you going to say, Conan?
Yeah, what about guys like Justin Jefferson and Jamar who are coming into the league now that are just unbelievable right off the bat?
Yeah, that's a little bit
different
before me, but like I got a lot of respect for both of those guys. You got, I really think Jeffrey, and Lamar,
Justin Jefferson,
and Jamar is top 2.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some breaking news. Hey, that's a huge deal, what you just said. I appreciate you making a top 5 out of nowhere. We probably should have given you prep to do that. Just boom.
Just
no big
happened.
deal. Here we go. And shout out to Odell Beckham Jr., worth the hype.
Sneaking in.
Antonio Brown, worth the hype.
Like he said, should
On
have
the
been
field.
safety then. Shouldn't have been corner.
But
That's Pac-Man's word.
Odell was, man, if you go back and look at Odell prime and you compare him to the guys that's in their prime right now, that's in Cincinnati, that's in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Odell was a little bit more electrifying in what he had. That's what
All the records Justin Jefferson's are breaking.
Do you know
Number
what
2 is Odell.
You know what Odell Beckham Jr. could do? Kick a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah.
I was at the Pro Bowl, and he spun the football right in front of me. This is warm-ups. I'm just standing there bullshitting. I was talking to Kevin Huber, punter for the Bengals, who was the other punter in that. They didn't have an AFC or NFC designation. It was just like whoever. Spins the ball in front of us at like the 40 and blasts it through the uprights and then just jogs away. I was like, this fucking guy. What is this? There's probably 20 to 25 NFL kickers that could not do what he just did. Freak athlete. Thank you for doing that. We have some breaking news out of Diana Rossini's phone via Twitter. The New York Jets have flown on Woody Johnson's private plane to California to meet with Aaron Rodgers in person, per sources. They land soon. Also reported by Bob Domofsky and Dan Mazziano.
Baby Moz.
The Green Bay Packers have given New York permission to speak with Rodgers. That happened this morning. So things seem to be happening quickly here between the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Does this mean Aaron Rodgers wants to play again? He's not retiring. We go to his best friend, man who's known him the longest, and in his inner circle, AJ Hawk. What does this mean, pal? This is obviously good news if you're a Jets fan, I think. But if you're a Packers fan, you got to be very worried.
Yeah, you got to be worried. I don't think it means that there's nothing guaranteed, but yeah, they're flying out to meet him. But that also happened, if you remember Jake the Snake Plumber, he retired. John Gruden got the gig in Tampa, I believe. He flew to Jake's place in Montana or wherever he was staying and tried to talk him out of it, and Jake still stayed retired. So, I mean, you never know what could happen, I guess. But like we said, the Jets absolutely seem like they are trying to do everything they possibly can to get him.
They're hot to trot, aren't they? I wonder what this means, though, from Aaron. We haven't heard from him. I haven't, at least. I don't know if AJ has. And if he has, he's covering it up like he's done the last few years, just repeatedly on this program. So this would allude to the fact that the Packers seem to be not in the conversation anymore. Retirement not in the conversation. What does this mean, Ty? How do you take all this information as we're digesting it in real time?
I've pretty much resigned to the fact that he is not going to be a Packer next year.
How do we feel?
And he's probably going to play for the Jets. It's one of those things where you
or retire, right?
Yeah, or retire. Yeah, he's not going to be on the Packers next year, I don't think. Unfortunately, it kind of stinks. But just like the way the last couple days and how much stuff has come out from the combine when everyone was here. And again, not everyone knows what's going on because Rodgers isn't fucking telling everybody everything. But when there's this much smoke, you assume there's some fire there. So it sucks. But, I'm kind of over the last couple days, just been in the stage of, you just got to appreciate, got to watch him play for 17 years, a lot of winning, a lot of unbelievable football, won a Super Bowl. So, it stinks. It's going to be weird watching him, if he does play next year, not playing for the Packers. But it is what it is. You can't really, you can't fault him. You can't be upset at him for wanting to potentially go somewhere else. And at this point, I don't think you can really fault the Packers either because it's this has happened kind of 3 years in a row where it's hey, at some point we drafted this guy in the first round. Like, we got to do what we did with you when Favre was here. Like, we have to see what we have in him. He's as ready as he's ever going to be. We can't just kind of keep running this thing back. So it stinks, but it is what it is. And, yeah, I'm kind of fully come to the conclusion that he's not going to be on the Packers next year.
Beck, you think, have you ever seen anything like this? What do you think this means? It means he's already told people he's not going to. We legitimately know nothing. People think that we would be the people that know stuff. I would assume all these leaks are coming from the New York side of things.
Yeah.
If it's taking place, I would assume. We know, AJ, you're shaking your head. Yes. AJ, we want you to know, everybody in this room thinks you fucking know.
Yep.
100%.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
What do I know? What do I know?
Where he's going,
Exactly
what he's
what's
doing,
going
what
on.
he's eating, what he's.
No. I don't care to know. You know that.
It's a smart play by you not to know, by the way.
I'm not going to sit there and bug people and try to ask every 2 seconds what's going on, who you talking to, who's Dave Dunn, your agent, speaking with. Like, no.
Okay.
See, you know his agent, so you're asking your agent, not.
Of course, I
Everybody
love
knows his agent. I think everybody knows who
Dave
his
Dunn's
agent is.
amazing. I've smoked cigars
I
with
know.
Dave. He's
Whoa.
Oh!
Breaking.
This guy's an addict. He's a tobacco fiend.
What?
This man.
Oh, no. I think
What?
I forced it upon him in Tahoe. He's usually out in Tahoe.
That's very nice of you to continue to go into this path of, like, in my eyes, and I know nothing. People have to know that I know nothing, even though people assume that I do know stuff. I do not. I literally do not. And to AJ's point, I don't ask people because I don't want to know, because I got to be on this thing for 3.5 hours. You tell me it's probably going to end up right through here. So I protect myself. The Jets flying to meet with him tells me he's playing probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
That probably tells me that if I had to guess, because retirement was a real option before he went into the darkness. He told us that. This makes me think he's playing football still, which is great news for everybody. And the Jets flying, they're playing out there today, being like, let's get this thing figured out.
Yeah.
I think it means they want him and all their fans want him. This is massive NFL news. I think it's kind of shake some shit up. Don't you think so, Pac?
I think so. I've never seen Green Bay allow nobody to talk to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, old school, right? Real old school.
yeah.
So old school, and all of a sudden, you let Mr. Woody come on in there. So obviously, it's something in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson & Johnson is founded by.
That's going to be the first topic of conversation.
Didn't I bring that up? I brought that up to Aaron. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, with the whole.
Hey, no hard feelings here, guys.
What if he has him fly out just to fucking say,
Take the jab.
and then say, get back in that thing and turn around. I'm never fucking playing.
What if
for
Woody
you.
Johnson goes, I remember what you said. Remember 500-page report?
We got it right here.
Your whole thing? Do you remember saying this? Boom. You think our doctors and scientists, this is what we'll do. We'll trade for you. We'll rework your deal.
Yep.
We'll give you more money.
You let me put this thing in you right now.
But right now. And we are recording this. This is content. We are putting it out of the Jets social media. Actually, Woody has his own Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Woody has his own Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he puts it out through his own TikTok or Instagram. That's a fascinating conversation. What could they be talking about, you think? What could it be? Maybe he is thinking about retiring, I guess. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
what if he's thinking about retirement? What if he's trying to retire and they're like, hey, let us at least, we want to talk to you in person. Let us at least get in front of you. Let's share a meal. Let's break bread, whatever the cliche may be, and let's talk to you.
fucking pitch deck coming?
Yeah.
Woody Johnson showing up with a goddamn pitch deck. Hey, do you have any place I can put my projector here? And Aaron hits a button. He's like, well, I guess we'll cut off the whales here. And then shoots right onto the thing, and they do a full, here's who we got on this team. Here's what we're thinking. Here's how we'll restructure your contract. We know you're thinking. Maybe he is contemplating retirement, and they're trying to say, no, don't do that. There's so many things that could come from this, and we're in the dark. Not as much as Aaron was, but we're in the dark just as much as everybody. It's kind of fun to ride this whole train.
It's like if we don't know and AJ doesn't know and the Packers are giving permission, is that like what the Packers are like, hey, we have to do this? Like, do you think the Packers, like, I don't know. Like, was it their decision?
Because Jordan's coming up on his contract year almost. Make a fifth-year designation.
And to your point, I think they see that, hey, like this might be the last year anyway. So like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off now. Like, we don't want to do the whole thing next year where it's like, is he going to come back? We don't know. And then we lose Jordan Love and we have to do something else.
If that is how it play out, if that's how it play out, I don't think he would want to end his career the way it ended last year.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying, the retirement, no. There's no way he's going to retire with that season.
No way.
But like, we asked him that. We're like, no way you're actually retiring. And he was like, I'm actually contemplating. Like, numerous times. I feel like I asked him like 3 to 4 times. Then he'd give an answer, and I'd say, you're not retiring. And then he'd be like, No, legitimately. Last year, I think he was legit thinking. Now, that was after back-to-back MVPs, Stu. I think that was a real contemplation before they signed a deal, which is why the deal was maybe what it was, because he was thinking about just saying, like, I don't want to commit to what a fucking NFL season is, which is very long and grueling in that whole thing.
Yeah, and he's definitely not retiring because they wouldn't fly all the way out there to your guys' points. And also, like,
They would.
Just to try and get him out.
Yes, they would.
But he's very familiar with the Jets team. Like, they did that joint practice 2 years ago, and that was, during the Salah reign, I believe. And what have they added since then? Breece Hall would have been Rookie of the Year. Garrett Wilson was Rookie of the Year. Sauce Gardner was the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, they've only gotten better from the team that he has seen a couple years ago. So he probably does know, like, hey, I go to the AFC East with this Jets team, my division, and also all the Jets fans who are pumped about, him coming. They probably feel a lot better about Zach Wilson, too, because now Zach Wilson...
They like each other.
Like each other. He gets to learn under Aaron and see what he does. So
will he be able to... How many years do you think he go? If we're just acting like this is all, we're just acting like he's going. Yeah. We have to do that in the moment. This is all being reported. You would assume he'd play for multiple years then if he was to go to another team.
I would imagine if they're going to trade a first-round pick and potentially, I don't think, Quinn
is that
and
what
Williams.
It is, a first round?
Yeah, I think they're good. Yeah. If the Packers trade him, I think they're getting the Jets' 11th pick this year, no matter what. I don't think the Packers are doing it if they don't get that.
You're going to add on to that, or?
I think he played 3 more years. I think it's a 3-year deal with an option.
I would imagine that it'd have to at the very least be 2. It'd be okay. We need 2 good years out of it. We can't just do 1 year and give away all this stuff.
AJ, is that right?
I would imagine if they're flying all the way out there, that's part of it. Wouldn't it be like, hey, we need to know? Like, they can't guarantee he can commit to more than 1 year. But he could easily tell him, as everything goes well, I stay healthy, I plan on playing 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, that's business too. Like, you guys enjoy it, we enjoy it, it ends up good. Like, let's figure this whole thing out. He's already said publicly he would rework his contract.
Right. Absolutely.
Restructure, rework his contract. He understands. But I don't know if he has to as much with the Jets because
Woody got money.
Yeah, they have such a young team as well.
Very young.
Yeah, they made a lot of money recently.
They did make a lot, which is a big part of what Aaron was actually talking about.
How'd they make their money? What happened?
Well, not just one particular thing. There was numerous things.
They fucking lied about the jab. That's what they did.
Allegedly.
Well, me and Ty were talking earlier. I mean, with everything coming out, there's a chance.
Reportedly.
Yeah, there's
I
a chance.
believe one of those companies are getting sued for $3 trillion, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was reports in, and not sure how legitimate that was. But also, Johnson & Johnson might have just put water in a needle and said,
what are we even talking about? You can't do
go
it.
on.
All right, so this is all alleged.
He's alleged.
I will say in your seat, Pac. I mean, what are you? Just fell out of your fucking seat.
Aaron did say he didn't mind the Johnson & Johnson. He was allergic to something in it, right?
And he likes
the mRNA.
Which Johnson & Johnson was
wrong. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, he was a big fan. He was just allergic.
That got booted.
What?
Whenever he said, like, he went in to get one of them, but he was allergic to something. He said the Johnson & Johnson had just been discontinued, I believe, or got recalled or whatever.
Yeah, I think because there were some reactions maybe with
and it was causing blood clots.
Yeah.
Maybe he likes their shampoo, though.
They do have good baby
and
shampoo.
their wallets.
Great.
Whatever. I mean,
and baby oil.
I think Woody's.
What if they all?
I think Woody's.
Are they all doing
that
psychedelics?
Stuff.
You think? You think they're all going to do psychedelics together out there in Malibu?
Yeah, oh my God! You show up, you get the full Bob Parsons. You do the ayahuasca.
Yep.
Then you do LSD.
Well,
then you golf a day.
Yep.
And then you wrap it up with mushrooms or whatever. At the end, it's like, what if that's what they're? Hey, let's take it. Woody Johnson's like, I love that. I heard
Sounds
you.
good. Yeah, I'll do anything.
Look, they call me a shaman of the ayahuasca. What if he shows up with the hottest, freshest ayahuasca in town, and that's how they decide whether or not they're going to continue to play football? Let's go to a different universe real quick. Let's go to a different dimension. Yeah. Let's go up to 4 or 5. Try to get to 9, obviously, is where we're going to head. But then let's talk about it in all these things like Ghost of Christmas Past and take views at it from all different angles. What if that's what Woody Johnson's on the way to do right now with Aaron Rodgers?
It's certainly possible. They could be, Raj may have just watched Entourage where Vinny goes out to Joshua Tree and has to figure out whether he's going to do Benji or not. And maybe he's like, you know what, boys? I know Malibu's nice. I have this beautiful house right on the ocean here. We're going to fucking Joshua Tree, and we're taking booms, and we're doing a whole bunch of stuff, and that's where we're going to figure out whether or not I'm playing for
the thought of Woody Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, Salah, and whoever else Nathaniel Hackett, I guess.
Nate Hackett,
them just sitting around taking mushrooms and a peanut butter sandwich together going, we'll wait 30 or 45 minutes to have this conversation. And then, boom, they dive right into it. What a fantastic time that could change the course of NFL history.
Yeah.
We don't know if any of this is true. We would like to say this has not been reported.
Certainly possible.
We're all speculating on this right now. We don't know if Woody Johnson likes to do ayahuasca or LSD or mushrooms. We're just saying, is that Is that what's happening out here for this trip that's taking place in California? We don't know.
Yeah, more recently, what if he just dug like an 8-foot ditch and there's cement over it and he forces them
Come
all.
into the darkness.
We're going into this dark hole for 2, 3, 4 days. And then let's see if, you see what I see. Because maybe that is what he saw in the darkness, him lifting a Lombardi with a green 12, but New York on that jersey and not the Pac.
Gangrene.
Bingo.
Wow. This story continues here. And there's going to be a lot of people that are pumped that the story is continuing on the internet. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people saying, I'm sick of hearing from this guy. You literally just have to mute us pretty much.
Yeah, and then
people on TV are going to be saying how sick of it they are.
Dude,
They're going to be talking about it.
Bro,
every
these
day.
people are pulling clips from our show every single week. And then they go, I'm sick of talking about this.
I hate it.
It's like, it's the Harry and Meghan. Give us our privacy.
Yeah, right.
Give us our privacy.
Leave us alone.
It's like, I always enjoy that whole aspect of the internet, but hey, whatever you do, Aaron, proud of you, bub.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. It's been an honor.
Yeah, it'd be nice still watching him.
Is Greeny on that flight, you think? Greeny and Gary V?
Gary V definitely.
Gary's already
Should
there.
be.
Greeny should
Gary's
be on
flying
that.
the plane.
Greeny should run it. Greeny should be like the MC. Hey, I'll run this. I'll steer the ship for you guys.
All right, Salah first with the orders, and then Woody Johnson has a jab and a story for you.
Aaron, thoughts?
These Jets fans are loud.
Oh, yeah.
They've been miserable. Remember, they were booing Zach Wilson off the fucking field in prime time, and then Stravolsky comes in.
Dog
They never even heard of this guy. He won a Grey Cup. They had no idea he was on the team until he went onto the field that evening, and the whole stadium went crazy for him. Aaron Rodgers walking out that first day of that tunnel.
Jets.
Jets. Fireman Ed's coming back, you think? You think Fireman Ed's going to be back?
Yeah, he's a big-time bandwagon.
No, he left.
He's going to definitely jump on the bandwagon.
Whoa.
Bingo. Wait, what did you just say? He left, right? He left.
Getting back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, he will be.
I think it's probably because they might have charged a 3% escalator to Fireman Ed.
That would make sense.
And he goes, what the fuck are we doing?
Did they use him on promotional?
Oh, my God.
Fireman Ed, he's on TV every single.
He's big nut of Ohio
I didn't know if
State
they
in
put
New
him on
York.
the tickets and the promotional for to buy season tickets next year. I don't know how many teams have to promote to buy season tickets. I don't know how that works.
I think the Jets maybe.
A lot of teams do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Packers.
Not that one.
Steelers.
Definitely don't.
Not that one.
Patriots
don't.
Patriots just let someone
Chicago's
off
always
the
sold out.
2022 list.
Packers never will, right? No matter how this next generation goes.
Yep. Yeah,
Fans are going to be there forever.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a waiting list to get. I will. I'm not going to get Packers season tickets until I'm potentially like 95 years old. Like I'm on a waiting list for
Favorite place to
30-some
play.
years.
Favorite place to play.
Favorite place to play? Whew, that's
New England.
Like Lambeau is cool.
No,
I felt like I was going into a documentary, like an NFL documentary when I was
Lambeau
going
is
to play
cool,
Lambeau.
but it's middle of nowhere.
It is, yeah.
Jerry World.
Jerry World is
Hines.
Soldier Field, probably.
Soldier Field, they're closing it down.
Yep.
Actually, I like the Seattle. I like because it was loud at Seattle.
You know what it is? It echoes the way they built that. It's like one yell is actually 4 yells.
Yeah.
I'd never been in there until this past season when they played the Niners on Thursday Night Football, and it was like you could clearly hear the echo in there with how
Because
loud.
it has the overhang too, so the sound just stays in there.
So loud.
Give you that college atmosphere. It's loud as hell in there too.
Baltimore are pretty loud.
Yeah.
They don't get a lot of credit
Yep.
for how loud they
Yeah.
are. Baltimore is very, very loud. Cincinnati seems to be a
Philly
place.
too.
Philly, yeah, they're ridiculous.
Kansas City's loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the home of the Chiefs. So fucking loud there. They
Indy's
did that.
loud.
They did it. What's that?
Indy's loud.
Yeah.
For a library.
Indy gets
When they're
freaking
The big-
bumping.
When they're bumping.
Yeah,
the
we were
noise
there
in
at
there.
the national championship game. It was loud.
Yeah, it was.
Game,
When-
it was
when
loud.
It's filled with other fans.
Because
Yeah.
of OH.
Well, everybody relax. Okay, the stadium is not built to be loud. It's built to be comfortable.
And
That's
well,
right.
that's
It's
because
so
it's built
comfortable.
off the backs and money
Can
of
you
the
do
people
both?
who are sitting in the
Yeah,
stadium.
we still, as a community, owe $600 million, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys, don't, what are we?
Every
we.
goddamn year
Oh, I
they're
pay
taking money
taxes
from
in
this city.
fucking city.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. The city owns the stadium.
Correct.
That's why when the NFL is like, "Hey, we need your stadium this weekend for the AFC Championship," the city's like, "I don't think so. We got a volleyball tournament in town."
Yeah.
40,000 kids coming to play volleyball. We ain't got it. Sorry.
Bullshit.
Take that AFC Championship down to fucking Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Atlanta, Lamar in Atlanta would be
Oh, here.
Here's from Matt
Wow.
Lombardo, NFL Paisan. As others have suggested, Falcons' interest in Lamar Jackson is very real.
Whoa.
The Ravens' Lamar Jackson deal talks with Atlanta progressed tremendously in Indianapolis during Combine Week, which we chatted about. They actually moved the timing of the workouts on the field so that more networking and connecting and deal making can be done in the primetime hours at restaurants and bars around the city of Indianapolis. That's what the Combine actually is. More plus scouts take on how Jackson would elevate Atlanta's offense at Heavy on Sports. Shout out to Lombardo. Who does Lombardo work for? Can we give a little, is he an Atlanta side or Baltimore side? Heavy on Sports Senior NFL. We're repped by Woltzman. Shout out. We are for inquiries. He went to Penn State.
Okay.
All right.
Well, who told this guy this?
PA.
Because, I mean, with what just happened with Rich Eisen and Tom Brady and Philip Rivers, I'm not just going to buy
Heavy on
in.
Sports is a very reputable source.
Thank you, Tone. Okay,
That's
I
what
didn't
I'm
know that. I'm
curious
happy
about.
you said
Yep.
that. Shout out to Heavy on Sports. You guys are doing great work.
Thank you, Heavy on Sports.
You guys are doing great work.
Yeah.
But the Rich Eisen reports, the rumors that were circulating Indy at these bars and restaurants late night that Rich had overheard about Tom Brady coming back to maybe play for the Miami Dolphins and Phil Rivers coming back maybe to play for any team because he was, snooping around, got sick of being a high school coach. Tom Brady has debunked his side of the whole thing, saying that anybody that's thinking I have enough time to go back to the NFL has never adopted a 2-month-old kitten like he has with his daughter. And Phil Rivers came out and said, I've reached out to nobody. People have reached out to me. So it appears that both those guys potentially not playing football in the NFL next year, although I believe that Rich could have heard those rumors. Rich wouldn't just make shit up. We don't know what Lombardo is talking about or who Lombardo knows, but it goes to your point, and it makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't Atlanta be in on the game?
It's fit. Ain't nobody in the Falcons in Atlanta, Georgia, going to a Falcon game right now with Larry Odom. What is his name? Is
Desmond Ridder.
What's the quarterback?
Oh, Mariota.
Mariota.
He's not there anymore.
And they cut his ass.
Yeah,
I know, but nobody was going to the Falcon game last year.
Desmond Ridder, I think, is the guy that was drafted out of Cincinnati. You're saying not a needle mover.
He ain't moving nothing. Now, if Lamar get to Atlanta with the run game they already have,
Cordell Patterson back?
I think so.
Thought they did it.
It'd be like the Michael Vick experience again.
Yeah.
Like older
even
people
their-
that remember.
You were trying to get Khalil Mack over there, too.
Yeah, their rookie running back, Algier, had a great year, too.
And I assume all those people that said they would go play in Atlanta if Deshaun was there would do the same if Lamar was there.
think.
Atlanta is a destination place, right, for guys?
yeah, they were. Yeah, of course. Come on, man.
I mean, Odell.
Whoa. I'm just saying.
I'm
The
just
Atlanta
saying.
Falcons have stunk for a
Yeah,
little bit
they
here.
stunk for like what the last. They had a good little run.
4
though.
years, 5 years.
They did
When
make
had
Super Bowl.
Julio Jones and all those.
You're
guys.
Matty
saying,
Ice.
like, so for instance, there's obviously L.A. destination place. I think teams know that it's a destination place. Miami, destination place. I feel like Atlanta is also a destination spot for a lot of guys.
Atlanta, Dallas, of course Dallas. People like Philly.
Now,
Both
especially
LA
if they're-
teams now.
That's why like Kansas City becoming a destination spot is hilarious. Because what a little bit like Philly too. I
But
guess
that's not a destination spot. That's only if you want to win.
yes,
Mahomes
bingo.
spot.
But that's still a destination. Like gonna go. Where are you going? Well, I'm gonna go do time in Kansas City. This is how some people. This is how some people would view it. That's how some people would view it. We're going to do some time in Kansas City, go play with Patrick fucking Mahomes. This is what we're going to do. That's what a quarterback can do for you. Atlanta would be able to get a lot of pieces if, they really wanted to and had a little bit of a team because of the city and because of the attractions and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with New England, and it's for 10-plus years, and it's going to happen in Kansas City for 10-plus years. But even the two guys that were kind of linked to Atlanta, it feels like they'd go immediately with Jarvis and Odell.
Sauce Gardner tweeted, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers, I promise if you become a Jet, I won't pick you off in practice, and I'll burn the cheese head." Oh!
Thought about that.
Shots fired.
Oh! No, I think Aaron and Bakhtiari both gave credit to Sauce for putting the thing on there. Yeah, beat us.
Well, and unfortunately, too, Aaron, if he is gone, I believe the Packers save $28 million cutting Bakhtiari, so he might be.
They already said he's coming back.
Oh, okay, nice.
What's your deal? Why are you just writing everybody off a team?
I'm just because it's Massacre
$20
Week.
million hit?
I'm thinking about he has
Yeah, it's
a
huge.
I just
ton.
learned that as well, AJ. That's a lot of money.
Well, they'll work that out, right? They'll kick the can, won't they?
Unless he wants to go to the Jets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, or you can just cut bait.
Oh, that offensive line's good. They got two people hurt, right? last
Elijah
year?
Vera Tucker.
Vera-Tucker and,
Yeah,
Mekhi
Becton. Becton hasn't been healthy his entire.
God, this is becoming a thing, huh? We're starting to think this is a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like it, right?
Their tackles don't care if they play on turf or grass either or whatever.
And they play on the worst goddamn field in the league.
They're at minus $525,000. They will work things so quick.
I mean, what are their Super Bowl odds right now? Because we really should take the Jets immediately.
I bet you they're probably not on the board. But
you think they took them off?
Okay, Tug. What? Jeez, no need to be so negative.
Yeah,
Maybe.
trying to make money for all of us.
Yeah, we're trying to take advantage of this place.
It's like Tampa with the Bucks.
I was wrong.
Brady.
They are definitely assuming that Aaron's gone there. They're up to plus 1,600, which is 7th best.
Where were they before that, you think, probably?
I bet do we have the old?
7,000?
I don't know.
This is an old one. This is about a week old.
Yeah,
2,500, and then they moved to plus 1,600. Before that, I assume, a month ago. This is probably within the last month, if we had to guess?
Yeah.
Congrats. If that's going to be the thing, way to go.
Yeah, that division.
Because this could have been thinking Derek Carr was going there or something like that.
How about us having this full conversation? He might just retire. What if tonight he's like, met with the ownership, I wouldn't take the jab still, I'm retired.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to watch Wales.
It would be something.
I hope that happens, but he's
I
going
doubt
to
if he's going to leave on like that.
Yeah, I
He's
can't
playing.
see it either.
I can't see it.
You think he's playing?
Yeah, because he's not going to let Green Bay tell him, hey, look, we're going with a younger guy. Screw you, buddy.
That is a fuck you.
Go over here.
Oh, yeah.
No, hell no. Okay, let me go show your ass for at least a year or two.
AJ, as a guy who knows, do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think, I've said before, I don't think he's retiring because he's too good. I think he still has too much football left in him, and he's too much of a competitor.
Will any other teams decide to jump into the race, though, now that they know that it's actually happening? Like, the Raiders.
Yeah.
I got a text from somebody, a source, and they were like, think about the Raiders and what type of players they love. You don't think the Davis Jeans see Anthony Richardson and they don't think to themselves, that guy's a Raider?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting because that was Al Davis's thoughts. Is that going to continue to be Mark Davis's thoughts? They are in the market for a quarterback. Allegedly, Aaron was potentially a quarterback they were looking at, and then he wasn't. Then he was, then he's still in. And it's like, does this plane trip that is being reported right now open up any doors to any other teams? Like, it's such a fascinating story, this guy, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Every day there's something fucking new that could pop up out of nowhere. This is certainly one of them.
Well, and you wonder too with the Raiders, like, does McDaniels love a guy this year in the draft? Like, instead of, if the report that they don't think that they're going to trade for Aaron, is it because they love one of the top three with Richardson, Stroud, or Bryce Young, and they feel like they could probably make a move up?
I don't know. Like, the Carolina Panthers might feel the same exact
Same
way.
thing, yeah.
I think with the Raiders situation, they need a quarterback that can build the program. If A-Rod go there, A-Rod only going to be there for a year or 2 or 3. Then they got to go all the way through this process again of building the whole stable back up. I think with franchising Jacob, they go and get a young quarterback and build from there.
So let's think about it, though. They're pretty old. No offense. They got Chandler.
Yeah.
They got Devontae. I guess Josh Jacobs is a free agent, or they're going to tag him or whatever today. He could be that. So they could also have the mindset of, like, the next 2 years are a window.
Yeah, and
there's
go
always
after
like
it.
that potential. But younger quarterback is what every new coach wants.
Yeah, McDaniels.
They want to groom a guy in our own system and create our own
Play
guy.
his rookie deal. You want to have him play on his rookie deal, and you get that window where you can go all out for the rest of the positions.
And on the flip side, you got a really young roster. You can pay a quarterback who
They'll sign Jimmy G probably. How much is Jimmy going to get?
I don't know.
Raiders.
20?
25.
Yeah.
So you go to
You
Miami.
could do that and draft a guy.
Yeah.
Sign Jimmy and still draft your
A
future.
little, probably just a little more than what Gino got.
I don't. You think Jimmy gonna get more than Gino?
Been in the Super Bowl.
He's younger, right?
His record is absurd.
Yeah,
His record as a starter is. What are you gonna do?
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, did Jimmy? What game have you seen?
Oh, Pat.
I'm just saying, have Jimmy just won the game by throwing the ball? Tell me what game. You tell me a game that you've seen Jimmy play his whole career, and you say, "Damn, Jimmy G just beat our ass that game."
New Orleans Saints. It was.
That was the only one game.
You
said
one. He stumped
All
the
right,
pack.
give me one more. Everybody, that's the only game though. When he had the 4 touchdowns, that's the only game.
When he was in New England, actually, the first game, Brady's for the 4-game suspension, we played the Arizona Cardinals. It was 20-20, and there was about 90 seconds left. Jimmy G, boom, walked down the field, game-winning field goal, I believe.
That's young Jimmy,
The Patriots were plus 230. Yeah, that was young Jimmy.
But that makes sense for McDaniels to.
See how far he had to go back to pick that up.
Yeah,
I know he's played a lot of football since then, and to be
Yeah,
honest,
a long time ago.
every game that popped up in our head, like I think all of us were just doing a Rolodex of Niners games.
Nah, he only threw it 11 times.
6 times. So.
I don't know if any of that matters though, because Gino played fucking out of his mind last
Yes,
year,
he
but it was
did.
pretty much just last year. Like, because if you need people are quarterback needy.
Very much.
They're going to pay Gibby.
And he'll move on, too. Like, if it doesn't work, they'll move on. That's the thing with the modern NFL. It's like, either works or we will move on. We will certainly keep an eye on the Aaron Rodgers situation. Hopefully we'll be able to have an update for you that we know that nobody else does. But until then, this is good fodder.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
This is good fodder, AJ.
Good fodder.
Yeah, and as Pac said earlier, can you imagine how distraught all the New York Jets fans will be if this falls through and doesn't happen?
Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio is posting, with 70 minutes until the tag deadline, it's hard to imagine Daniel Jones or Lamar Jackson signing long-term deals. Someone would have leaked something about an agreement in principle by now, parenthesi, and of course I've just guaranteed Jones and Jackson will both sign long-term deals. Of course, he's been around a long time. He knows how the game works. You can jinx yourself into all this. I think Lamar Jackson one, no chance of a long-term deal. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
The Daniel Jones one, though, it has not come out that they have stopped negotiating or anything like that. They still might be trying to figure out the terms. That's why it hasn't been leaked. But if they can't franchise tag or they can't come to a long-term deal with Daniel Jones, that means they're going to franchise tag him, and Saquon Barkley is going to be a free agent. Yep. Allegedly, that's how we kind of understand the situation. And then on the Lamar Jackson front, it's either exclusive or non-exclusive. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, tomorrow's going to be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now in my head, too, like Lamar is going to be an Atlanta Falcon. So I'm very excited for that.
I just thought about how cool it is, like him walking out in
that uniform, that red and black. Oh,
his little skip thing he does.
Oh, yeah.
Him coming out with the towel, with that Mercedes-Benz Sphincter Stadium.
Yep.
Fucking with like the whole, like that is just going to be a whole scene.
Brand new stadium.
Yep.
Yeah. It fit the culture. It fit what they're doing offensively, and they need a spark. Atlanta haven't had a spark since, I don't know, you can tell me the last time since Rodeo them left.
Dude, don't lose your confidence because he fucking, you know what I mean?
He's going to Atlanta, bro. I said it first, and I said it again. He's going to Atlanta.
I'm just saying, like, you were like, I don't know, you guys tell me when the last time we had. Don't, just because he stumped the Schwab.
Yeah,
there.
twice.
Do not lose your confidence.
No.
Go ahead and let that thing fly.
Yeah, not at all.
We'll obviously be watching it all, as you all will be doing. We'll cover it all tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more information. Before we get out of here, we have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have to talk. Nope, there's no piece of information. If great text, though. Can't wait to read that one aloud whenever we get off air. That was a hilarious name that just sent a message in there. Has nothing to do with anything we're talking about right now. Okay. So I will just continue to move along here. It is difficult because the phone does fill up sometimes with some information that is needed. So it's like picking and choosing what to dive into while conversations taking place live on air has become something I haven't mastered yet, but trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Trying to figure it out as we go.
Day at a time.
We have to talk about fucking Dusty Tuckins.
Yep.
Listen, do you know who Dusty Tuckins is, AJ Hawk?
I do not. Please let me know.
Okay, well, that's disgusting because you should know who Dusty Tuckins is. Pac-Man knows who Dusty Tuckins is, don't you?
We don't want his job. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that is a great way to describe it. Dusty Tuckins is potentially the greatest rodeo clown to ever rodeo clown. In his most recent display of heroism is right here where he puts his fucking ass in the way of a bull and a bull rider. Dusty Tuckins. I called him Tuckins. That's on me. I was too excited because I was all tuckered out thinking about the job that he has to do every single day. Dusty Tuckins, the greatest rodeo clown of all time, has been doing this a long time, putting his ass in the way of potential trauma.
Oh, yeah.
And we appreciate it for that, don't we, AJ?
Thank you, Dusty.
Thank you, Dusty.
Thank you, Dusty.
How much do they get paid for this? Obviously not enough.
So...
couple PBRs afterwards.
Yes. He got both his knee braces for free, too.
Yeah, also a couple smokes, I assume, and his boots. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get paid enough. I've been to a couple rodeos, all right? I've been to a couple of these. The clowns are the show.
Yeah.
So one of them's mic'd up. You know, the other ones are kind of working because they're on the entire time. So one of them's shit talking. The other, like the clowns are the show of the rodeo. For them to say the greatest of all time in the announcement, the pop at that Houston rodeo, it was like a standing O. Had baby Dusty because everybody obviously scared to death for the bull riders whenever they're off. And Dusty's just like, let me put my ass right in the jackpot. Boom. Saves them. So shout out to Dusty and all the rodeo clowns. I'm happy we got a chance to see that. Average base salary for a rodeo clown, $64,496. But they don't pay for a thing in any saloon, ranch, anywhere in the country for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, and I mean,
good to know if you're a prospective rodeo clown, get out to fucking San Jose.
Yeah, and you lose
Well,
like
that's
65% of your taxes too, so you get like 30, and then Santa Clara, Fremont, Daly City, they're all in California over
Well,
there.
that's because the rent there is about $6,000 to $8,000 a month for a cubicle. So
Yeah, let alone the closet to put all your clothes in. There's a lot of clothes for a rodeo clown, and the makeup that you need to put on. That needs its own closet. So the space to buy, to have it. What's your problem, AJ? What do you think?
I just have I have so many questions. Okay, you've been there in person and seen them. Do they wear some kind of armor-plated thing to protect their butthole so those horns don't jam right in their anus?
I think they have like
pad?
spider type thing on their butt, like butt pad. Like
It's got to go. I'm telling you, you got to protect the hole, though. I'm saying, look at those horns.
Yeah, they cut the horns off.
Hey, do
Actually,
you know that thing that you
I don't
wear
care.
where you have to have a key to have sex? They wear that thing.
Chastity
belt.
Oh, it's but for their butthole.
Yeah, the
Chastity
opposite
belt.
way. They wear it backwards.
That's right. Boom.
That's pretty cool.
No, actually, I don't think they have that, which makes
Look
it
at
even
that.
more impressive.
Oh, I don't care if they cut the tips of the horns off. You want that thing jamming up your butt?
That was close too, right there. Look, if that thing
so close.
has a little edge on it, that thing potentially catches left cheek, right cheek, and then home run. You know what I mean?
Oh, and then carries them around the whole arena. Just keeps carrying them around.
Trotting around because how strong these bulls are. It's like bam, 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 and Dusty's up there. But he would do that. He would do that for the good of the show and for the good of the cowboy. So we appreciate Dusty Tuckles.
Thank you, Dusty. Love you, Dusty.
Sorry I got your name wrong there early. Honestly, a lot of N's, a lot of S's, a lot of E's in there.
that's not
It's
on me.
100% on me.
Wrote it down wrong.
I was so jacked up by the way you did your job. To Pac's point, you do not want that job.
No.
No.
Well, Dusty gets free rent though because he sleeps in the arena every single night. Never leaves.
And we appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. So he's the goat.
Hey,
Hell
is
yeah,
it true that Ocho did that? Ocho just sleeping in the facility?
Yeah, I heard that numerous of times. But Chad, that type of guy that he's like that. He like to get better. He like that. Yeah, he's different.
He was so good at football.
Oh, ridiculous.
So
His
creative.
feet was crazy.
So yeah.
Good dancer.
Oh yeah.
Tried to play soccer there for a bit. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna play professional soccer. You ever played? No, I play FIFA though, better than ever.
Yeah.
And then he's just able to figure it out.
Does he win Dancing with the Stars?
I assume.
I think
Him, AB.
That's
Driver. Donald Driver won.
Hey, people love Heinz Ward won.
Yeah.
People, Emmett Smith won.
Yep.
People
Is it still happening?
I think so. I think people love that fucking
Big
show.
fan.
King of Tailgating, Jerry Rice also one of them.
I love that show too.
Dancing with Stars, you watch?
I'm gonna do that show.
You should do it.
Now we're talking.
Go,
I
Pac.
got good feet, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard it's a grind.
It is. I heard it is too.
So I was.
I-
Go ahead.
I had
Vaughn
a chance
did
to
it.
talk to Von Miller about it.
Oh.
He was like, "Yeah, but one thing about it, bro, they try to blow your head up, so you're gonna be filled with confidence." He was like, "Bro, I know I was doing horrible." They was like, "Man, you're the best dancer that we've ever seen."
Because I bet you self-doubt is a huge part of the
Oh, yeah.
performance, right? Because we need you to believe it when you're out there, and the dancers know that. It's just like if you're watching the singing contest, a lot of like Alicia Keys was a judge on one of these things, and her big point for her singers were like, because obviously she can sing so well, it's like, I want to know that you're feeling the music, like the lyrics, like that is, you got to feel it, like you got to be all the way in. So if you're doubting that you can dance, I assume you're not going to be bought in all the way, and your performance is going to be shit, let alone if you're a good dancer or not. But I've heard like 8-9 hour days.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah,
Like-
they say it's a grind.
Yeah, it's a real grind.
Yeah.
Because it was brought up in passing to somebody that I was with. I was not getting asked. Stars is the last word there, not I. Somebody who is certainly in that, like you, was asked about it, and I was there. And that person just immediately started asking all the right questions to the person that brought it up to him. That's a real commitment. We're talking like 6-7 weeks.
People lose like 20 pounds, 30 pounds if they stay on long enough a lot of times.
Yeah, because I'm like, all right, you show up an hour beforehand, kind of learn that thing, just go out there and kind of do it, and then go back to your life. They're like, no, you'll be living out here. You kind of got a schedule, routine. You got a flexibility session at this point, and you got to do this. And then, like, we're rehearsing probably 3-4 hours in the afternoon. We'll watch film. We'll just, I'm like, who has the time?
Yeah, what?
Who has the time? Sounds like they're able to get a lot of people, but I guess the performances are fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pat, why don't you go win that thing?
Yeah, I am one day.
Easy money.
Who has the time?
Who has the time?
Pac, we appreciate you hanging out. Obviously, most recently on the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall and everybody down there. You've transitioned into the media world fantastically. I'm proud of you. I don't know if ESPN would ever hire you. I don't know if Fox would ever hire you. So I'm incredibly happy that the digital space is alive and well because people need to hear from you, pal.
I appreciate it, brother.
Sweet glasses, too.
Yeah.
My man gave me these.
Mitt. Those are Mitt's glasses.
Go,
these are
Mitt.
Mitt
Nice.
glasses.
Okay, Mitt.
It matched the Barbary. You smell me?
Yeah. It was a good look. You also took the jacket off. I thought you were being like a little, I'm cold. Didn't you say that earlier?
Yeah.
Well, I'm cold.
Oh, it's so chilly here.
The back room is way colder than this room.
I agree. We need to figure that out. It's a big space.
Yeah, trying to figure it out.
Emit some heat.
Yeah. It's because he got it that cold back there.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it cold everywhere. To be honest, it gets too hot here. I'll start breaking a sweat. People see me stand up. That's mostly because I'm starting to sweat and I got to do the whole thing. I run real hot. So when I saw you put that jacket on earlier, I thought to myself, is this guy sick? You know what I mean? Do I gotta put a mask on? Is everything okay? But instead, it was just a little bit chilly, I guess. I saw a lot of hoodies. I think we're getting our second or third winter.
Yeah, it's coming up. Couple days. Yeah, today, this up until next week, yeah.
It was like 70, was it?
Yesterday.
Gorgeous.
Man, it's going to be like 28 or something tomorrow.
Freezing.
Yeah.
Fucking horse shit.
Is that Ohio? Same thing?
Yep.
It was awesome yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Do you guys live in the same area? No. He's more Columbus, you're Cincinnati area?
Yeah. I'm Cincinnati area.
Go tell Joe.
Jack, you still got your Sprinter van still?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing was so
It's
sweet.
the best thing in the world. My best investment.
Can I rent that from you?
Well, I'm going to be driving it up here.
So I'll be able to see it?
Yeah, you better get it.
No, because there's a wedding that we have to get to that's near
I got you.
my wife's due date, so we can't fly. But certainly don't want to just drive in a
normal.
Would love to get a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
I got you.
Hey, they're awesome, I've heard.
They are.
AJ just had one the other day.
There's websites you go to. I had one with the windows got bashed out.
It worked out really well.
That was nice,
He
right?
drove it down to Atlanta for the college football semifinal and left on the street overnight, came in the morning, windows bashed in, everything stolen from it.
What?
Shout out
Yeah.
Atlanta. Shout out Atlanta.
Also, 7 other cars the next night bashed in that same lot, right across from the hotel. Yeah, but hey, we got back. We drove back 9 hours with no window. We're good.
Seems like you guys were maybe a target there, but happy you got figured out. Pac, we'll see you tomorrow. Can't appreciate you enough. AJ, great work today. Boys, fantastic work. Really appreciate it. We'll have a lot more news tomorrow, but before we get the fuck out of here,
Here we go.
it's time.
It's time.
Hey,
Here we go.
it's time.
Come on.
Dahn, what do you want to do? Basketball?
I want to do basketball.
Okay.
So do I got to shoot from here or can I go down there?
You can go down there if you want.
I'm going to go to the 3-point.
Okay, all right. Go to the 3-point. Smart play. Hold on before you go. Adam Pac-Man Jones, obviously, all pro.
Yep.
Was in the NFL for how long again? 14 years at corner. Would never go to safety. Probably could have made 16, 17 years. He goes over to safety, a little less demanding on the athleticism level needed. He was only athletic enough to play corner 14 years in the NFL. Ran a 4.28 coming out of college. I mean, an absolute stud of an athlete. He joined us today, and obviously we've been very thankful, and he's added so much to the program. He'll be back tomorrow. But will tomorrow be a happy day or a sad day?
Oh.
I think right here sets the tone for everything, doesn't it?
I think so.
AJ, how many people you think? 15, 20? What do you? It's an NBA 3. That's not a lot.
NBA 3, let's go 20 people.
Wow. All right, AJ's feeling awfully giving.
All right.
Today. 20 people will win $500 who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so we can pay you officially on Cash App if Adam Pac-Man Jones can bury an NBA 3 in his first 2 attempts.
Okay.
First 2 attempts. Out of Georgia, Atlanta. Oh!
Here we go.
Whoa, whoa.
Good hands.
Up.
Smart.
Adam Pac-Man Jones out of West Virginia University. 20 people, $500 to retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so we can pay you officially on Cash App. It's been a Pac-Man Tuesday, March 7th, 2023.
I don't think you want to sign off yet.
Oh.
Whoa. Hey, sit back down. Something happened. That was huge, though.
Breaking news.
Hey, hell yeah. Still a moment. Still happened.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Baltimore Ravens have officially placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. We are 56 minutes away from the franchise tag deadline, and it has been deemed that the Ravens will put the non-exclusive tag on him as opposed to the exclusive tag on him. Let's break down what the non-exclusive tag means. He'll make $32 million guaranteed next year if he was to sign this franchise tag. It also means that any other team in the NFL other than the Baltimore Ravens are now able to offer up 2 first-round picks to the Baltimore Ravens and negotiate negotiated deal with Lamar Jackson. If the Baltimore Ravens cannot match that deal, Lamar Jackson is now a member of that team that came in. If he was to get an exclusive tag, which we thought was potentially going to be the case so that they would lock him in to Baltimore for at least another year, it would have been $45 million guaranteed next year, and there's no chance of any other team coming in and poaching Lamar Jackson. As Pac-Man Jones noted today and others around the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons seem like a place that would not mind giving up 2 first-round picks to get Lamar Jackson. If you go back in time, they were in on the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. They were going to give up a lot and pay a lot. Will that owner, Arthur Blank, give a contract to Lamar Jackson that Lamar Jackson agrees to? He's operating his own agent alongside his mother. And will it be enough that Baltimore will not come and match it? The story continues for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens and potentially a new team in the coming days.
I have a question. Okay, so I'm just kind of like fucking 10 teams who I think would make sense to give up 2 firsts for Lamar Jackson. Does it go like waiver order on who gets to negotiate, or does he negotiate with all 10 teams and get the best deal? Like,
I think it's all contractually after that point. I think it's just like you're paying 2 to get into the club.
Okay.
Like paying 2 first-round picks to get into the club. Once you're in the club, now it's open season negotiating. And if Baltimore can match, does it mean he has to stay, AJ? Or is it just they have the opportunity to match?
I think if they offer to match, then you have to stay.
Statement,
I don't know how that could work.
Statement from General Manager Eric DeCosta of the Baltimore Ravens. Having not yet reached a long-term deal with Lamar Jackson, we will use the franchise tag. There have been many instances across the league and in Baltimore when a player has been designated with a franchise tag and then signed a long-term deal that same year. We will continue to negotiate in good faith with Lamar, and we are hopeful that we can strike a long-term deal that is fair to both Lamar and the Ravens. That's a big-time sentence right there. Our ultimate goal is to build a championship team with Lamar Jackson leading the way for many years to come. This also follows Harbaugh saying he's 2,000% sure that Lamar Jackson's going to be a Baltimore Raven, and DeCosta saying other things. Obviously, Lamar Jackson and his mother operating as an agency together in negotiations have not deemed that to be a true statement from the Ravens, who, if you listen to Ian Rappaport, could definitely afford to get a long-term deal done with Lamar no matter what the asking price is. Is this also an opportunity for the Ravens to allow another team to come in, negotiate with Lamar so they can see what the market would pay him and then match it and keep Lamar? There's so much at play here. It's obviously very exciting if you're a fan of another team that needs a quarterback. And for Lamar Jackson, there's still question marks everywhere in Baltimore, AJ.
Yeah, there is. I wonder how many teams do you think are willing to give up 2 first-rounders and then start to negotiate a big-time deal with them?
Tone Diggs said there's 10 teams that he could see doing. We all know Atlanta, Carolina. I mean, who knows what the Colts?
I put them in there.
Yeah, who knows what the Colts are thinking? Was Steichen as the offense coordinator with Jalen Hurts? I mean, why wouldn't you think about that? Go ahead, Pac. What are you thinking?
Any team that doesn't have a quarterback.
What are your 10 teams? I don't see 10 teams.
Oh, he said bullshit is what Pac-Man said.
People for me.
You got to have the money to pay, too.
Right. What are the 10 teams?
The Texans don't have a quarterback. Colts don't have a quarterback. The Raiders don't have a quarterback. The Falcons, the Panthers,
Put the Lions
Titans
in there.
Titans didn't even think about that. Him and Derrick Henry.
Commanders don't have a quarterback. The Bucs currently don't have a quarterback. Miami, I mean, he's from there. I don't know if they believe in 2 or not.
There's a lot of teams, is what Tone Diggs is saying, and that's what Lamar Jackson would like.
A lot of those teams don't have that Home Depot money.
No, I agree with that.
No, agreed. That is the thing. Arthur Blank does have that money. If you do recall, I think the Mercedes-Benz Stadium was supposed to be, I forget the number. The stadium was supposed to be like a certain amount of billions, and then it was like multiple billions over top of it. And I think Blank did not blink.
Nope.
Which is a great sentence. If I was Blank, I would say that a lot.
Yeah.
My name's Arthur Blank, and I don't blink. In the face of adversity or whatever the case is, probably slipped out of his mouth at least one time. But if you look at Atlanta with Artie Smith and to all the points that Adam made today, that'd be a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
And then if Aaron goes to the Jets, it's a whole new league. It's a whole new league all of a sudden. There's a lot of exciting times and a lot of exciting things. So one of the dominoes has fallen here on this Franchise Tag Tuesday, March 7th, Connor.
Yeah, and last year with Deshaun, it was kind of like, okay, we got down to those 3 teams with the Saints, Falcons, and Browns, and the Browns were the most desperate. Like, there are very desperate teams out there, and I think the Falcons are one of them. The Panthers are one. And I really, honestly do think the Colts are one of those teams in there because not only can they give them 2 first-round picks, they have the best of the 2 first-round picks, one of them being the 4th overall pick, so the Ravens could theoretically get another guy, and they have the money. When
I don't know if that matters. I don't know. I think the 2 first-round picks is just like paying the corner on.
Oh, so the Ravens can't say, okay, because the Colts have the best first-round pick, that's the one we're going with.
What the Ravens can do, though, is they have the right to match. Adam Schefter just tweeted, Ravens sent notice to the NFLPA that they placed the $32.41 million non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. He is now allowed to negotiate with other teams. Okay, and then the Ravens have the right to match any offer sheet he signs or take 2 first-round picks in return for him.
Yeah, so if they don't want to match, they take the 2 first-round picks.
And then
but
the
do
other
they get
team.
to pick?
This make all the sense to go to Atlanta. If you go back and look at the season last year, Atlanta was winning the division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
And then Tom kind of crept in and took it at the end. But if you put Lamar Jackson with his team, even though without the puzzles that they don't have right now, they potentially win their division.
Mm-hmm. Congrats to Lamar.
Yeah.
This is about to get.
It's about to get
There's going to be a lot of money.
Sorry, Ravens.
There's going to be a lot of money. No, but they might. Honestly, the Ravens might be doing this just to say.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's see.
Ravens ain't going to be able to match it.
Well,
He might get paid. You're about to get paid.
Atlanta, too. Who's his favorite target in Baltimore? Mark Andrews. Who does Atlanta have? Kyle Pitts, who everyone says is the future of the tight end position. So they might do pretty well together.
And also, they're going to be able to recruit free agents. Like, free agency starts, next week?
Yep.
If Lamar's down there with the city of Atlanta being the city of Atlanta, they're going to be able to recruit some weapons, hopefully.
Odell, to Pac-Man's point. Odell's a free agent now.
If Joe get cut by the Bengals, Joe Mixon.
Well, he needs to stop shooting people.
He
does.
Hopefully he didn't shoot nobody.
Hopefully it wasn't
he
him.
didn't shoot nobody.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to stop being around
People
guns
who
being
are
shot.
shooting people.
Yeah, period. We do not know if he shot him, what the story is coming out. All we know is sheriff's department outside his house this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had been shot. We don't know who, how, or anything like that. Just know it's not good. Not good for an NFL player who's about to maybe do a new deal, be around guns. And it's not good for somebody who got shot either.
Period.
So not a good story to wake up to for that. But I think he'll be able to recruit people down there if he was to go to Atlanta, AJ Hawk.
Instant juice down in Atlanta if he gets the gig. Like Pac said, they need something to kind of bring some energy, bring some excitement. And Lamar is absolutely. It almost seems like it fits too well for it to happen. Like, hey, of course, it almost seems like it fits too well for it to happen. Like, hey, of course, it makes so much sense for Lamar to do this, for him to go down there, for Atlanta to want him, that I almost feel like it's too good to be true.
I'm pumped for Lamar.
Yeah, this is awesome.
He's about to get his money.
He's about to get his money.
We've been wondering
And he
for a
gets to
long
sit back
time.
and get recruited. He gets to be recruited, too, kind of from other teams. Like, hey, this is what we can do. This is what we can offer you. We want you here.
Yeah, the Jets are flying out to Aaron in California, probably to pitch.
Do they turn around?
Whether that's
Seriously, do they say
Stop on the way home?
down in South Florida, that's they're logging a lot of miles. I assume he's got a big. He's got a big bird. I assume they made a lot of money the last couple of years.
Bingo.
Not that they haven't in years past, but that family has certainly made quite a penny out there. It's an interesting time to be in the NFL. It's an interesting time to be a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Lamar's certainly that. And although they put the tag on him, it appears as if it's open season right now. He's able to negotiate with teams.
Yeah.
This is like what Mulugeta had with Deshaun.
Yes.
And Deshaun had obviously so much happening alongside of the football stuff that's very serious. Lamar's beloved by everybody.
Yep.
Yes.
Lamar is beloved by everybody, has zero distractions ever, except for he was on that beach and he jumped into a jet ski.
Yeah, hit the jet ski, yep.
And then he was on that court doing one-on-ones in Louis flip-flops.
Yeah, right.
Flip-flops.
So I can't do that.
Good for Lamar.
But
I'm so happy for Lamar. I love that guy.
Yeah, that's a Steelers fan excited that Lamar's probably no longer in the AFC North.
That's right.
Where will he end up? We shall see. All signs pointing to the NFC South, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Like, this is a perfect scenario for him because now you get multiple teams that are going to drive the price up. Like, that is 1,000% going to happen, which is why like Pac said, like, the Ravens have put themselves in a situation now where, like, they're fucked because either they're going to have to pay way more than they initially wanted to or planned on it, or they're going to lose him. Like, it's as simple as that.
And can we please give a little bit of respect for the business acumen
Yeah.
to Lamar and his mom? Whenever we
Absolutely.
see this money that's about to come in to Lamar Jackson's life, whether it's from the Ravens matching or from another team, shout out to being able to say no, especially when you don't come from a lot and you see a lot of commas. When you start to see 2 commas in a deal definitely coming to you, easy to jump on, easy to make a bad deal. Lamar has sat in the pocket of this entire thing, and it's about to pay off in a massive way, we think. We're not 100% sure, But we think this is about to pay off in a huge way for Lamar Jackson.
Atlanta obviously is a great match. I really do think Indianapolis will take a shot. Look what they have done the past few years.
Steichen and
Jalen
Hurts.
Yes.
Steichen with Lamar could be awesome.
What do we? With their O-line, with Jonathan Taylor,
and also, will the O-line know how to play O-line again?
Will y'all break the bank though? Is the question.
We have.
They have the most cap space, and they've paid bums the last 3-4 years.
Whoa.
True.
Good God.
True story.
And
how many playoff games you win in the last 4 years?
Phillip Rivers took Team 2 to playoffs. We'll say lost to the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Right. So
whose window is closed if Aaron goes to the Jets? Sorry.
We don't know any of that. That team's good all of a sudden, real good all of a sudden. And defense coordinator just steps away out of nowhere.
Yep.
If that offensive line learns how to play football again, they seemingly forgot last year.
Yep, they did.
And Jonathan Taylor's back there. And we got Jelani Wood, 6'7" tight end who can move. And Mo Alley Cox, another tight end that we can move.
Pittman.
And Michael Pittman, who has the ability to take the top off if he's going to go. And Lamar's in there with Steichen's offense. Come on, baby. You know what I mean? I mean, this is good stuff, AJ. This is what we are talking
Doesn't feel
about.
right. Indy doesn't feel like the right fit for Lamar.
Why are you being so negative? Just because Atlanta feels good? All right,
I guess because Atlanta does. Atlanta feels so right. Indy feels just
Jim's
weird.
doing that
But
stadium
he'd
tour,
be
too.
awesome if they came.
Yeah, do the Jets feel right for Aaron? Like, did the Bucks feel right for Tom? Looking at it with hindsight, it does, but I don't think in the moment.
Albert Breer just tweeted, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson also essentially controls his trade market right now. Baltimore can't trade his rights unless he signs that franchise tender. And right now, there's really no motivation at all for him to do that. Next week should be interesting as they start off the new league year, March 15th. We agree, Albert Breer. We're excited to watch it. Now all eyes are on New York. Are Danny Dimes and the Giants still negotiating? Will he get franchise tagged? If he gets franchise tagged, Saquon Barkley can't get franchise tagged. He'll probably be on the move. A lot happening in this NFL. We'll be back, manana. Good call, Tone. You're right. We shouldn't have left after Pac-Man drained that second NBA 3-and-1, 20 people, $500. Thanks for missing that first one.
Yeah,
If you make that first one, we're off the show.
Outta here.
You did that on purpose. We appreciate that. We'll see you tomorrow. AJ, great work. To all the people that allow us to do this every single afternoon, you're the greatest humans on earth. I hope you know that. I hope you understand that. We appreciate the shit out of you. We are up to stuff. There's a lot of things happening. Like up to something season is normally in the off season. Up to something season started very early this year because of all of you people watching the show, watching our clips, and telling people to watch our program. We don't market our program. I go on other shows. Normally, whenever you go on another show, they can say, host of the Pac-Man. I say, do not say that. People do not need to know that this show exists. If you end up stumbling to our show, we appreciate the hell out of you. Up to something season's moved, which has caused, some ripple effects for the rest of the company. But we are very, very lucky to be in the spot that we are in.
Oh, yeah.
And I think next year there's going to be some real shit popping off for the football season. And all signs are in a pretty solid place. Tone Diggs appears to have had brand new news pop up.
Diana Rossini is tweeting.
The Atlanta Falcons will not be pursuing quarterback Lamar Jackson, per sources, says Diana Rossini. The story continues. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all. Goodbye.